All right, here we go. Thursday, noon Eastern, Best Ball Bash. You guys know the drill. We spin a wheel. You guys put a hashtag in the chat, join the bash. It's gated just to YouTube members. I'm not going to make any jokes about it being gated just so you think you can tout contestants. Today, the randomizer gods will determine who joins me on stream to draft teams. We'll do dealer's choice again. Whoever the guest is, whatever you want to draft, Eliminator, weekly winners, pit bulls. People want to get into soccer stuff? Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. I am just merely a vehicle for your interests. I'm Pete Overzet. This is the Bash. Let's do it. Welcome to the Best Ball Bash. We are throwing a party. One of you guys in the chat will be hopping on stream to draft, and then we will split the $2 million prize.
We are in the 2020 Honda Civic.
I think we got to lock him up.
You're going to be able to get us Jalen Knoll to fall by staring them down in the eye right now.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do, Pete.
Lock him up.
That's my kind of guy. I am going to need a howl from you.
Hopefully none of my neighbors mind.
Oh, this is going to be my life. This is so much fun.
All right, here we go. Here we go. If you didn't tune in last week, you will know that this show was mired in controversy. Not only did we have previous guests from the week before trying to get back on the show, even that has been the one golden rule that we enforce around here. Not only did we have that, but we had back-to-back. Was it back-to-back-to-back? Yeah, 3 so you think you can tout adjacent guests. I know people are getting restless. There's been accusations. I've taken it all to heart. I've taken it all to heart, and I'm going to tell you guys what I have done to prevent this from happening again. I've done nothing. I'm just going to hope that the RNG finally works in our favor and we get some more flavor up on this show. But I will say this. This is the most entries we've had for the kickoff draft in a while. I believe I see 22 entries right now. So let's get those in. I'll get it up here on camera so we can all see it. It's hashtag join the bash in the chat here. Oh, I know why. Actually, we're going to have to do this all over again. I forgot to gate it. It doesn't look like it's gated. Sorry, non-YouTube members. We're going to do this over again. I was like, oh, this seems like an oddly high amount of people trying to get in here. So we're going to re-gate this, and then we will re-roll the votes here with just people who are YouTube members as intended by the show. Let's see here. Yes, I had it selected to subscribers, not members. All right, we should be good now. Re-roll it here. Start the bash giveaway over. You know what? This is what we're going to do. We have to do a different hashtag so it makes sure that it wins. This is what we're going to do. Just Bosch. That's all you have to put in the chat. B-O-S-H. Bosch. Bosch in the chat. There we go. Bosch is what it's going to be today. Sorry, I had to rug everybody because some of the non-YouTube members were sneaking in. Ager's trying to sneak in. Emo is trying to sneak in. Oh, my membership just accidentally lapsed. There you go, Krutches. Pay up, Pores. Pay up. It's Bosch, though, today. Bosch, we're up to 16. Yep, that's right. Catching up on the BBC police procedurals. Groovy Greg with the hashtag Pete. I don't know if that's going to fly. What's up, Michael? There we go. 18 people in here, 19 people. All right, so we're about up to the number of entries we had before I had to re-gate it here. All right, let's get this popping. I think 20 is a good number. As always, if you don't win this round, I believe we'll be able to get in 3 drafts today. So stick around. We will do 3 different spins here, but good luck to everyone. And let's see who's going to join us on the Bosch today. On the Bosch. Who is it going to be? It's Dan. Dan R90. Look at that little golden pup right there. Little, is that a lab? A little golden retriever? Looks like a lab, maybe. Dan R90. Shoot me a message, brother, or let me know your YouTube username. As far as I know, Dan does not have any relation to So You Think You Could Tout. There you go, Dan. Maybe he will reveal to me that he did apply or something, and then we can get the controversy going again. But Krutches is absolutely right. Stay in line. The polls will reopen. Actually, let me ask you guys something. What do you think? Should I, before each spin, should I do a new hashtag, meaning that people who put in their name at the top of the show and then leave or whatever, that they then become ineligible? Or should your one entry grant you eligibility for the duration of the show? Because that might be something we can do to ensure that when we spin, it's actually the people here. Do you guys have a yay or nay on that in the chat? It's a slightly more work for me, but not really that big of a deal. I'm curious your thoughts. All right, looks like universal yeses for that. Okay, let's implement that as well. Going forward, before each draft, I will do a new hashtag to ensure that you are here at the time of the spin. New hashtag, there you go. New hashtag, voter fraud is rampant. It really is. It really is. All right, let's see here. Do I have a direct message from Dan? There he is. There he is. All right, there you go, Dan. Wait, is this Dan? Now I have to see which Dan it is. Do I know this Dan? Is this Dan from Guillotine Dan, like 2 years ago, who I haven't seen around in forever? I guess we're about to find out. I guess we are about to find out. All right. I think we're all ready. Dan has the link. Best Ball Bash with Dan. It's my constant struggle with Underdog usernames, Discord usernames, YouTube usernames, X handles. I can't keep them straight anymore. I can't keep them straight anymore. You get to see my creative expression with the new hashtags. Oh man, now I feel the pressure to come up with something creative. What should I do? Should I do bish? Should I do bush? What other vowels have I not used yet? The besh, the Jack Besh. That might have to be the next one. Jack Besh, 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 besh. Besh, 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 besh. All right, where are you, Dan? Let's get this show popping. Last time some of you saw Dan, I believe he was broadcasting from a gas station. I believe he was on the Bash last year, but let's see here. Without further ado, the wheel is spinning. The anticipation is building. Look at that. What do we got, Dan? He has entered the hopper. There he is. Hang on, can you hear me? All right, why don't I hear you? Yeah, I don't. Can you guys hear him? Yeah, this is not the same Dan. This is a different Dan.
Is this any better?
There we go. We got you now.
All right.
Okay. So apologies for mixing you up with another Dan who has been on the show before, but I'm very familiar with your username. I see you in the chats all the time. This is your first appearance on the channel, correct?
It is. I've been a frequent Calcutta guy in the stories, but yeah, first time drafting, which is great because I'm in a non-underdog friendly state. So I love getting some underdog exposure.
Where are you? Where are you based?
I'm in Iowa. So we're surrounded by friendly states. And when we do road trips, I try to hop in some. But
well, this draft is obviously on me. We're going to get to know you today. But how about you tell us what you would like to draft first so we can get that rolling?
I mean, I'm happy with a BBM.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I want you, if this is a rare treat for you to get to draft, we have hopped in a BBM, 9 more. If you guys want this to be a Bash friends and family draft, do you do the drive to state line slow reg thing? Is that your game or no?
It's not my game. I've got 3 little kids. I work from home and we're not particularly close to the border. We do road trips up to like the Twin Cities or over to Chicago. And so I try to sneak some in, but it's getting harder now with 3 kids. When it was just 1 or 2, I could, lay in bed and fire a couple off, but I'm just exhausted by the time we
Dude,
get there now. So
I believe. What ages are your kiddos?
we're at 6, 4, and 1.5. So
Wow.
we're
Okay.
in it. We're in the thick of it.
I was gonna say, man, incredible. So, but you still, what was your entry point to, you know, the world of fantasy? Because I want to say I recognize your username from like going way back, even ship chasing stuff. I want to say I recognize you.
Yeah, I mean, a tale as old as time. I got in during the Top Shot bull run and stuck around despite being unable to draft an underdog. I'm in the DraftKings streets and have been for several years, the best ball
Nice.
streets. One of my buddies won King of the Beach like 3.5 years ago, and I had no idea he even played DFS. Just
How good of buddies are you?
well, I've been in a fantasy league with him for 15 years, but he popped up on Twitter that he won. He was walking up and gave a short acceptance speech in a Trey Lance Niners jersey because he's a huge Niners fan. I was like, wait, this is you? And he was like, yeah, I'm out here with the wife and kids, and it's insane. I don't know anybody here. But I just won like 200 grand. So I'd been doing a head-to-head with him weekly just for kicks for like $20, and I was like, we may need to increase this if you're this flush now.
Yeah, seriously. Do you do a lot of salary cap DFS on DK too?
I don't. I'll throw a couple of lineups in.
Yeah, on the clock here, JT Lamb Cook.
I'm happy with Lamb. I think that's fine.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, what kind of have you been getting in volume on DraftKings, or are you easing in over there as well?
Again, it's like I try to get some slows going. I just don't have time to sit for 45 minutes and do all that much live drafting. Yeah. So I'm in the slow streets, but I'm like, I think including like pre-draft stuff, I'm maybe up to like 50 drafts, and like, I don't know, that's pretty average for me. I'll usually get like 100 or so for the season and go with it. My first year playing, I got into the Millie final on DK with like, I don't know, 10 total drafts, and so I've just been
chasing that.
I've been ruined ever since, of course.
Yeah. All right, we start with CeeDee Lamb here, all green at the top of the queue. We'll see what Groovy does here. Achane, Hampton, Kenneth Walker, Chase Brown, and then you got London Bowers. He goes Walker. Who do you like here?
I was gonna say Walker, but at this point, I'm probably Brock Bowers. Actually, okay. No. Sorry. If we can hold off on Brock Bowers, I forgot my last round tight end is gonna change that. So let's go Achane. That's fine.
Wait, did you just telegraph from a mile away a Michael Mayer selection?
Yeah, and like no one's gonna take that, so I'm fine letting it fly.
Be careful. I've thought that many times around here. There's a reason I don't ever put players in my queue, because if you put it on a billboard, there's just so many avenues, whether they want your tilt equity, whether you just plant that seed of like, oh yeah, Michael Mayer is kind of intriguing. So famous last words to say you'll be able to get him after doing that in a friends and family draft.
I mean, in that case, like Keon Coleman, Chris Bell, Najee Harris, these are kind of what they say to build from the end of the draft to the front. So those are names I guess I'm thinking. But
so if I can infer through your first couple selections, even in considering Brock Bowers, going CeeDee Lamb over Jonathan Taylor, I'm going to guess you identify as a slappy.
I think so. I'm probably a little less dialed in during this draft, right? Because I'm with Pete, but so I think I'm like naturally defaulting to being a bit more of a slappy, having consumed all this content for so many years. But I don't wear that badge with shame, I guess.
Well, I will say it's that kind of approach to the drafting is welcomed, because the accusations of late, whether it's here, whether it's Best Ball Breakfast, it's that my guests are coming on and diversifying their exposures on my account. And there's this almost fancy play syndrome occurring where people come on and they go, oh, I don't normally do that here, but Yeah, let's take Javonte. And then I'm like, what? You don't even like him? You just want to do it now because you're bored doing it or don't want to do it on your account? So I like that you're leaning into your takes.
I mean, good, I guess.
What do you do for work from home?
I'm an actuary,
Okay.
which I'm an actuary in the healthcare world. So I project finances. And despite that, like, you know, I'm pretty intensive math and statistics and probability in my career. Despite that, I take a pretty like vibes-based approach to fantasy football in general. So like I appreciate everything that Sack and Shady are doing in this space, but like I don't know. I haven't read more than like a skimming of the Best Ball Manifesto. Like I don't know. For whatever reason, I can't get that deep into the analytics.
Well, I
don't know.
appreciate it, right? If you live in those spreadsheets all day in that mental space and you want this to be a hobby where you can turn that part of your brain off, that makes complete sense to me. We are back on the clock here in the third round. Rashi Rice, Kyron, Neighbors, Javonte, Ladd, Jacobs, Tetaroya.
I'm fine with running back here, either Kyron or Javonte.
You got a preference? It's your call.
Not really. Maybe Javonte. I've been taking a good amount of Kyron, so maybe it should be Kyron for that reason, to what you were saying earlier.
Oh, so, my goodness.
Look at those fingers.
The audio listeners will never know the maneuvering that was happening in the queue at the last second. I did Kyron first by ADP. Then you said Javonte as the lean. And then at the last minute, you remembered I just said people are diversifying. You said, I don't want those allegations on me. Kyron, we get him in. Devon Achane, Kyron, CeeDee Lamb start.
I'm not used to these 20-second clocks. I gotta be I gotta be a little bit more clear, I think, is what I'm realizing, but it's all right.
We got a couple high T individuals here from the 11 and the 12, both starting out with 3 running backs, a Genty, Henry, Javonte start, a Cook, Barkley, Jacobs start. Wilder 7240 is not concerned about Josh Jacobs. We are about to pick in the 4th round, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver. Top of the ADP, Neighbors still falling, Garrett Wilson, Burden, Scatabo, Evans, McLaurin, Loveland.
Why don't we go, let's go Burden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So with having the actuary as your profession, as previous guest Give Daddy a Spike says, wait, isn't actuary like the best job for DFS? Do you have ideas in your head of things you would do if you hypothetically applied your knowledge base to attacking best ball and DFS? You don't just actually execute it?
For sure. And I think part of a problem with my personality is I'll get like, I don't know, like a foot deep into like any and every project, like side project or hobby that interests me, and then I have no desire to go any deeper than that. So whether it's like, I don't know, video game development or like 3D modeling or like getting into projecting out fantasy football and art and all that stuff, it's like I get a vision of like how I could go and do all that, and that's good enough for me to say, but I don't know, I don't really want to. So I guess in terms of it being the best job for DFS, if it's like so that you can build sims and do that kind of stuff, like sure. But I don't know, I'm just not at a point in my life where like I can devote really that much time to doing this, unfortunately. But I don't know. Let the 1.5-year-old get into school and maybe it's a different story, you know?
There you go. All of you DFS and best ball players, in about 4 years, 3.5 years, you are on notice.
I think the problem with actuaries, though, is while they may have the skills and abilities to do that kind of stuff, their risk tolerance is like nowhere near what you need to be in terms of seeing a cash flow volatility in the DFS space. So that's my only pushback there. You're not going to see us blasting off too much.
Go AZ Card says, if I win, Pete, hope you are ready for an Eliminator. I am ready for it. I would love Eliminator on the Bash. I know last week, JB Phil was saying he would love to get a weekly, or what was it? Superflex he wanted to do. So again, I think if I ever put it to the crowd, they're going to just vote for standard BBM or whatever. But if you win, the honors are yours. Here's what we got cooking through 4, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, Devon Achane, Kyron Williams at the buzzer, CeeDee Lamb, Luther Burden. What are you eyeing here at 5'9"? We're about to be on deck.
I was gonna. I mean, Devontae Adams with and he goes, of course.
He goes.
Yeah, I'm feeling wide receiver for sure. I don't love DJ Moore. Christian Watson sounds fine to me. I think that could be just fine.
Christian Watson just got paid. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, maybe a few spots. Do you have you said Iowa, right? Do you have a NFL team allegiance?
No, right. Like we're equidistant from Chiefs, Vikings, and Bears. And so, growing up, and there was a big Packers contingent around here as well. So I had friends who were fans of each of those. Did I say, yeah, Chiefs? But I didn't really gravitate towards anything. Everything here is college football. So the Hawkeyes and the Cyclones are.
Let's just say, as someone who collaborates with Davis Maddock, I'm very used to someone's fandom to the Chiefs being just because they're equidistant to them. Somehow Davis is equidistant to every great team that plays any level of professional sports. So I'm familiar there. We're back on the clock here. Brian Thomas, Burrow, Warren, Daniels, Marvin Harrison, Drake May.
I like Warren or Daniels would be fine. Sure.
You got a preference?
No.
All right, we'll go Warren. I generally myself go Daniels here, but I'm intrigued by Warren. I mean, is the Alec Pierce injury uncertainty factoring into anything for you with the other Colts pass catchers?
Was that like within the last day?
Yeah.
I saw something this morning about it after, taking him in a slow yesterday, which is how it goes. But I don't know. I think Tyler Warren is someone that I never feel great clicking, which is probably the worst.
You're really selling me on being excited about going Tyler Warren here.
But I think he pairs well with some ideas I have for my 18th round selection. So getting one of after Warren, I don't feel great about the next. Kraft is maybe okay, but the mid round tight ends I'm not in love with these days.
The fact that we've now had two different selections dictated by a Michael Mayer reverse engineering is absolutely incredible. Michael Mayer is driving this draft. Every decision comes back to him is what I'm realizing, Dan.
When you have 47% of Michael Mayer through 50 drafts so far, you have to lean into the bit for sure.
That has to be DK braid, right? Like you're taking him in the 20th round over there?
Yeah, of course, for sure.
Oh my God. That is so good. Okay, yeah, let's just do it. Give me the Michael Mayer bull thesis. I need to hear it because I haven't heard it.
He had multiple weeks last year as a top 5 tight end. Bowers was injured, but he's still getting decent snaps with Bowers in the field. The Raiders did nothing to add to their pass catching room. He was a former first round pick, I think. And with the move to 12 and 13 personnel, I think the Raiders were the 5th highest in 12 or 13 personnel last season. And with only upgrades at hopefully quarterback and coaching staff, he just feels like he should be drafted more. And again, maybe this is a DraftKings take, but Tonjes is going in the, I don't know, 17th round.
Tonjes has to be the worst fucking pick on the board right now.
Yeah. And
Hey, I was wondering if it was me or you, but we just lost your audio. I was checking all of my audio settings to be was that me? But chat confirmed no audio here.
Oh no, is that any better?
Now you're back. You're back.
All right, great. Yeah. I mean, you could fill in the blanks. We're on the clock, and
yes.
I'm hoping probably for.
Do you want Caleb with Burden?
Yeah.
All right. Glad we could make sure we didn't time out on anything there. But yeah, Caleb, 10 picks past ADP stacked up. That's actually a nice pick for us to stumble into there.
Someone's cutting my mic with all this Michael Mayer touting.
Well, so I'm so in my head about it because right before I went live, my headphones said low battery. So I keep worrying that it's mine. So I flipped mine over to my other speakers and then I still couldn't hear you. All right, here we go. Let's recenter here. We got a 1-2-3-1. We got Caleb at quarterback now, Achane and Kyron at running back, CeeDee Lamb, Burden, Watson at wide receiver, Tyler Warren at tight end. We're going to be on the clock at 8-4, pick 88. Solver up here likes Jordan Addison, Enrico Dowdle. You got some other running back options as well. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, let's go Dowdle. That's fine. I never draft with assistants, so it's kind of fun to lean into that a little bit. So I'm fine with that.
Look at you, the what should I title this video? The actuary from Ohio who raw dogs every draft.
That's pretty good, especially because Ohio and Iowa are so frequently mixed up. Yeah.
I knew I was gonna botch that eventually. You guys are all the same.
We are
flyovers.
The flyovers. Yeah.
There you go. So other than this mega Tyler Warren bullishness, Michael Mayer bullishness, do you have any other macro takes or things you've been thinking about for this fantasy season?
I think it's been a particularly fun draft season so far because every strategy you can make a good case for. Like a few years back when it was you have to get your wide receivers early, otherwise you just don't feel good about the team. It's been fun. It feels like you can experiment maybe a little bit more in drafts this season, which is kind of fun. Agree with a lot of the tight ends feel like good selections at cost, which again, I don't know, it frees you up to do a lot of different stuff. So I have been early on, I was ending up with a lot of gross quarterbacks, chasing like a bad QB2 and 3 when I wasn't quite accustomed to the QB landscape. But now I've been feeling a little bit more comfortable just going with 2, especially at QB, trying to zag a little bit against the zigging market. But I don't know. It's good. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
That was my first, when I started doing the big board drafts, my first drafts, and I was behind everybody else. Yeah. And like my first 6 drafts, I was ending up with Michael Penix as my QB2 because I was just like, I'll just wait on quarterbacks. And then I realized, this year is different, apparently.
I ended up with so much Jacoby Brissett early that just never feel good about him on a team.
No. All right. We are about to pick here at 9-9. We got the 1-3-3-1 build going. I don't see anything with quarterbacks here. Michael Pittman. You could do the Jordan Love, actually, if you want. Matthew Golden's here. Pitts.
Yeah, let's do Love.
Yeah, just lock up that quarterback here.
I think so. I don't want to.
Double bye week. Do you want to do something else?
Sure.
I just did Pittman at the last second.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not dialed into bye
wait,
weeks.
It's not double bye week. My bad, dude. I messed that up, but it's still past ADP. I saw the 10 and the 11. We should still be able to get him. Jesus.
Yeah. Yep. I'm happy with Pittman too, though. He was where I would lean otherwise, given what was on the board. Yep. I don't love Pitts, which I think was the top
especially
of the
with
solver.
Warren already.
Yeah. But those Sims, no, man.
I think we'll still get Love. I don't think this guy's going to do it. This guy doesn't have any Packers. These guys, he goes Baker. 2 here. So we should be fine with Groovy Greg. So Love the guy for you if he's here.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I think that works out because I'm guessing Pittman would have gone. So we get Caleb and Love both stacked up there with Burden and Watson. We have Achane, Kyron, Rico. We also have CeeDee up top. Pittman, so 2 of the Steelers teammates, and then Tyler Warren. I think we're doing good.
Yeah, I think so too. I should throw in a caveat. I am not plugged into the Week 17 correlations. I only know the Dells, the Wisconsin Dells, because I was in the Wisconsin Dells when the discourse was happening with my kids.
Really? Did you have a comment? Were you defending how lovely it was?
I don't think so. But, great for us Midwesterners who know that the Dells is the premier vacation destination for families. So
I love how that Pat's resistance to that made it the best mnemonic of all of them for 2026. That worked out beautifully. I will say here, Solver makes it easy. We don't even have to memorize them.
yeah, that's right.
You got Detroit here opposite our Chicago stack. We do, of course, as you know, have Houston there in the Dells opposite Pittsburgh's Tennessee. So those would be the main like team stacks where we would want their week 17 game to really pop.
Yeah. And, having drafted now for like 5 seasons and not being able to like devote as much time and attention as I would like to, the week 17 games are starting to like from previous seasons are getting in my head. So I had drafted a team a week or two ago where I felt really good about like Ravens and Packers, despite the Packers being the one that I knew.
Yes.
I was like, I got all these Ravens and Packers. We're going to be set.
That's the actual symptom of best ball brain rot. If you are still remembering old week 17 matchups.
Yeah.
Before this next pick here, Go Easy Cards wants to know if you have a favorite beer or beverage.
Oh man. I have been enjoying Athletic Brewing's Hazy IPA.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I do a poker night with some of my buddies. I see we're on the clock.
Yeah. Shakir, Malik Willis, Jalen Coker are suggestions there. If you're a slappy, maybe you entertain Keaton Mitchell. What do you like?
I like Keaton Mitchell.
I don't click him much, so this is going to be my chance. Okay. You want him? I
do. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I do. I have a poker night with some buddies. We get together like once a month. But we all have kids, and so we start at 8 p.m. after the kids are down, and we go till midnight. After a handful of sessions where I brought some beer, the weekends with the 3 kids after a night staying up till midnight and drinking are just brutal. So the Athletic Brewing, I'm a fan. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps, get you.
I lean into the non-alcoholic beers a lot, but my issue is I just don't like a lot of them. And hopefully this doesn't drive a divide between us, but I don't like the athletic ones. That said, I think I've only tried the hazy once, so maybe I need to come back to it. I have turned into a Corona non-alcoholic maxi. It's like indistinguishable from the regular Coronas, and it's definitely become my go-to. We're still on the clock here, or back on the clock. Shakir, Willis, Coker, all still here. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, Shakir feels good to tie the room together. He always does.
Do you want to? The chat said the Caleb Williams fall 11 spots warranted a value hound, and now we get Shakir 8 spots. Do you want to let out a Howl?
I don't. No.
Okay.
I appreciate the offer.
Wow. I haven't felt this negged on a stream since Evan Silva did the randomizer about 4 years ago. Wow, Dan.
Wow.
You're telling me if one of your kids, your 4-year-old ran up to you and said, Daddy, play Howling Wolves with me, you wouldn't?
No, I'd happily do that, but I'm not going to do that for 30-year-old men.
What about 38-year-old men who are going to turn 39 in 4 days?
So what do we have coming up here in round 13?
Okay, let's do a recap. Dan is not going to howl for you guys. You can stop asking in the chat. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love. We have Achane, Kyron, Rico, and Keaton Mitchell. We have CeeDee Lamb, Luther Burden, Christian Watson, Michael Pittman Jr., Khalil Shakur at wide receiver, and Tyler Warren at tight end.
That feels good. Feels comfortable so far.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of any kind of correlation or what to be keeping an eye out for, Bears are basically done. There's still and Golden's been gone for a few rounds now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we're fairly balanced positionally. We know who our 18th round selection is, although I believe Greg in the chat, someone was threatening to snipe you. Yeah. Okay. Groovy Greg says, you sniped me twice, guys. I'm taking Michael Mayers in round 18. Michael Mayers should be safe, but he's taking Mayers for sure. So just do with that what you will.
I don't know who Mayers is. So go for it.
That's right. Here we go. He's still on the board. We shall see. I'm just going to put him in the queue just to taunt everyone as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
2, 4, 5, 1. In this build, is your gut to shut it down at quarterback or entertain a third because you do have the Pittsburgh guys?
Yeah, because of the Pittsburgh guys, I'm okay keeping that as an option if, you know, we're staring down the barrel of Isaiah Pacheco or Aaron Rodgers, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's a necessity.
Yeah, I think you have the flexibility on it. Looking at what's available now, we're certainly in, I would say, the tight end pocket here. You got Likely, Gadsden, Hunter Henry, Sadiq, Brenton Strange available. Likely does go. Any position you want me to look at?
I like Trey Tucker at this point. Yeah.
You might just be a Raiders maxi. That's kind of what I'm learning.
I don't know, maybe.
Although you didn't want Genty.
Yeah. So I do like him this year, right? It's hard to not be excited about him. I've got him in Dynasty and Bowers in Dynasty too. So I'm feeling pretty excited about the Raiders, but it's the honestly, when I looked at the board and his ADP on Underdog was 15, I was like, we don't need to pull him up this far. And of course he doesn't come back, right? But
Rogers, the solver, likes that lean. Brenton Strange, Juwan Johnson. If you want to go with a tight end, what do you think?
Let's go Rogers. I think that's fine.
You can do Mendoza too if you prefer Mendoza.
What are the buys? They're both 13 or no?
Yeah,
the buys are fine. Yeah, I'm fine with Rogers. I think that's good. I think that's a good selection.
All right, eagle-eyed viewers in the chat will notice we did just roll out the new hashtag for draft number 2. It is Besh, B-E-C-H. Drop it in the chat. We're clearly on Team Tucker on this draft, but next draft, Team Besh, as decided by the coalition of the chat. We are going to be implementing new hashtags for each draft to ensure that you are here when you put your name in the ring to be eligible to draft. This is what Dan and I have cooking. No value, all value, no howls, just business. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Achane, Kyron, Rico, Keaton Mitchell, CeeDee Lamb, Luther Burden, Christian Watson, Michael Pittman Jr., Khalil Shakur, Trey Tucker, and Tyler Warren. How we doing?
I think we're doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
I don't know. Knowing we're going to be, backfilling this team at tight end. I don't hate these 4 running backs if we tack on like only one more.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit thin with Keaton Mitchell, but the contingent value. Pat had a great tweet. One of my buddies sent me of Omarion Hampton highlight, and he was talking about the contingent value if Keaton Mitchell goes down, which is just incredible stuff. It's gonna be a great year to be watching for Keaton Mitchell.
And operative word watching, you're going to have your binoculars. You will find him on the sideline, sometimes with his helmet off, standing right next to Mike McDaniel, wondering when he's going to get in the game.
It takes me, what a great day to throw in a soccer reference. It takes me back to over 10 years ago now. Brian Robinson's good. Did you lose me again? Or am I
yes,
good?
just for a second you froze on me, but we got Brian Robinson. We're good.
Anyway, Sunderland fan. There is an American player on the team like 10 or 12 years ago, Josie Altidore, and he would get like 10 minutes a game, but I'd watch every game just waiting for him to get subbed on. And he had some just atrocious misses. It was one of his time there was brutal to watch, but that's going to be the Keaton Mitchell experience.
Yes, but we've talked a lot about on ship chasing. There's plenty of zeros you can take. Keaton Mitchell is one of the funner zeros you can take, and you can't put a price on that. All right, last call here for the hashtag Bash in the chat. Up to 23 entries. We're going to spin the wheel after this pick. So hashtag Bash if you want to come on and draft after Dan. One other prerequisite, you're going to have to howl twice. One to make up for Dan and one of your own. Do you want to go Freiermuth and really rip it in on Steelers? You see something else you like?
Yeah. You know what? No, let's go.
Quick.
Let's go Trey Harris. That's fine.
All right. Yeah. That was getting sweaty because I do have Michael Mayer still in the queue, but we got Trey Harris.
Which would not be a bad auto draft. I'll say that.
Kiss My Third Leg wants to know, are you doing a third draft? Yes, you will be able to kiss my third draft, sir. We will do a third one here as well. Dan and I have 2 more picks to make, 17th and 18th round. But before that, let's figure out who is going to be joining the Bash. Good luck to everyone. Thank you to Dan for coming on and not being a So You Think You. Oh my good. Look at Krutches. He's been waiting for this. He's been asking for it. We finally had the correction. He said, no more touts. We're just getting the people today. Krutches, come on down. He called it. He called his shot. Congratulations, Krutches. Shoot me a DM and I'll get you the link, brother.
Pete, I wanted to share a quick story. My sister and her husband, they live in Sweden, and they host a fantasy football draft every year. They just do a redraft league with some friends, but they have a party and, make food and everything. 2 or 3 years ago, my sister was telling me, oh, we have this friend who's a professor in America, but he spends his summers in Copenhagen, and he comes to our draft parties because my sister plays in an orchestra and he loves the symphony. And so they became friends. And so he comes over and he's a math professor, and he knows ball when it comes to fantasy football. And yes, you can. I mean, you know who it is.
Is it Christopher?
Right? Yeah. And she goes, yeah, like you should get connected with him. Like you guys would hit it off real well. Cause I was telling them about it. They were back over Christmas break, and I was telling them about, best ball finals and everything. And it was like a year and a half later, then you mentioned him last summer on the Eliminator video, and I was like, yeah, this can't be the same Christopher Davis, and it turns out it is. And I couldn't believe what a small world
that is
moment that was.
Crazy. Yeah, he was just telling me he's going over there again. He was going to be in Amsterdam, and then spends time in Denmark. That is wild to have that intersection in Europe. I mean,
exactly.
Unbelievable. Yeah, for people who don't know, Christopher Davis, he helped me on the Eliminator video last year. Really sharp dude. He also finished really high up in the Survivor contest on Splash this year. So, really good dude. All right. It is round 17. We have the 3-5-7-1. If we're going 3 tight ends, do you want to lock up your guy or get the third here?
The other guy I want is Darnell Washington.
Which one do you want me to select first?
I mean, probably Mayer, just to make sure we get him. But I don't know if Darnell is going to be flipping Mayer these days with some of the steam. So
I went against my guess. I put Washington first because I want to test this Mayer stream theory. Are you okay with that?
I think that's great. There are other decent tight ends at this point if we have to fall back. So we got Rodgers with Washington. It'll work out.
So this is the true test because Groovy Greg behind us is the one who threatened to snipe us, but he's already at 3 tight ends. The question is, would he do it? Because that's wasting a team on a bit, and I'm not above it myself. I'm just curious if he will do it.
Easier to waste a pit bull than a BBM, but go with God, I guess.
All right, 3-5-7-2. We are hanging out here with Dan. Worlds are colliding. He's an actuary who will only use his powers for W-2 and not for 1099 miscellaneous purposes. And for that, we thank him.
I'm the kind of guy who, made a couple $100 on Top Shot and filled out an Excel spreadsheet and sent it to my like local tax filing friend to say, I want to make sure I'm not getting in any trouble. And we do get Michael Mayer, which is beautiful. And like looking back on that now, it just feels like such a. Anyway,
I mean,
we can move on.
I would say you weren't necessarily M. Night Shyamalan as far as being able to gently foreshadow what was going to happen at the end. You kind of just came out and said it right away. And yet this was the plan all along. We add Michael Mayer. Can you tell us how your vision came to be and how you knew this is where we were always going to end up?
I mean, as someone who is in the underdog streets daily, I just kind of knew this isn't the pick that anyone in this particular room was going to take, because I can not only see all of the usernames, but I know all of their drafting patterns. So it just, you know, it's just one of those things that you can't quite articulate exactly why. You just know it's going to happen based on your intuition. So
here's the final roster. I do like how this turned out, minus the punt bit selection at the end. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. Nice quarterback room. Achane, Kyron, Rico, Keaton Mitchell, Brian Robinson. Solid running back room. CeeDee Lamb, Burden, Watson, Pittman, Shakir, Tucker, Harris, dare I say, perfectly cromulent. Tyler Warren, Darnell Washington, Michael Mayer. I mean, I think this is solid, dude.
I think it's okay. I take some issue with a punt bit selection in round 18, where like I do truly think Michael Mayer is a good selection at that point.
No.
But
you admitted
that's fine.
that you love round 20 Michael Mayer, but because Underdog is our presenting sponsor here, you had to shoehorn him into round 18 Michael Mayer.
I mean, did Tonjes get selected in this draft?
I hope not. I really hope not. No, he didn't.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say, like, I love 20th round Michael Mayer. I like 19th round Michael Mayer, and I don't think 18th round Michael Mayer is bad. So
how about this? Let's meet in the middle. You grant me 18th round Michael Mayer in the context of this show was definitely a bit, and I will grant you that it isn't #bad. Fair?
Agree to agree. I'm fine with that.
Agree to agree. Dan, it was great drafting with you. I would be remiss if I saw how you were polling in the chat. I see the chat's reactions to you. You lost them a little when you weren't willing to howl. I'm going to give you one more chance to howl on your way out. You don't have to. I'm just going to give you this opportunity. I
appreciate multiple opportunities to howl, but I will not be.
Wow. You couldn't even muster an excuse. Oh, the baby's sleeping, whatever. You just are anti-howl to your core.
Yep.
Dan, it was great drafting with you. Thank you for all the support over the years. I will give a howl for Dan. Oh! All right, Dan, we're going to bring on Krutches. Good luck with your drafts. Good luck with us. And good luck with Michael Mayer.
Thank you, Pete.
Dude. All right. Look at this. A man who is dressed for the occasion. Something tells me you weren't wearing that blazer 30 minutes ago, Krutches. Uh-oh, now I can't hear you.
It's a rough start to the show, Pete. As the verbal meme says, dressed in PJs for your own wedding, but you put us tux on for the Bosch. Some of us have respect for the show around here.
Is that, wait, are you wearing a Brosmer hat? Oh, no.
It's close. It's a place called Brimsedge. It's where I played a golf tournament recently.
Okay. I was going to be so thrilled if you were wearing a Max Brosmer hat. That would have been beautiful.
I think you surpassed the Brosmer fandom than I did. Originally, I was a fan, and then you really took on the bit, which I appreciated. So
beautiful. What would you like to draft today, sir?
Are you bored of BBMs? I don't know. I'm down for a BBM.
I'm not bored.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
I would do a pointer, but I'm not one of those people who max BBM in May, so I don't have to.
How many of those people are we up to on record?
I know Angelix because I love his Twitter account in case you don't follow him. It's great. He just like maxed it and now just reposts like every positive propaganda piece about his players. And then I know Jewish McCaffrey, who was retired, but also Max BBM, and people said was drafting the pointer today. So
it's wild, man. I really can't, like, in my whatever 5-6 years of playing BBM, it really does seem like the worst year to have maxed this early. I can't think of another year that would have been as bad as this one.
It seems so bad that the contrarian in me is like, it's probably good. You know what I mean? It's like I always want to be so contrarian that like it's like it has to be bad, so it's probably good. I don't know. It's like this is like the worst year to draft the Eliminator early, but it's probably going to end up being good. Like who knows? You know.
Yes. Well, we are in a BBM here. Krutches. How many are you at right now with your own?
I think I was close to you, and then you probably passed me because I did like 10 or 15 day one, and then I basically just do them during like Chad's morning streams or yours at this point.
Yeah.
So probably like 40, 35, 40. I don't know.
What are you deep in the weeds with like weekly splash golf or just the one and dones?
I haven't gotten into any of the tiers. I'm just like, yeah, I'm basically in the top 5. Like I've been between first and second of this high stakes one and done for a while. And that's like the big sweat for the year, because that's like 200 grand to first. So it's basically, I'm just imagining that it's my like dog bowl flop lag, basically. Like 200 grand is dog bowl first place, and I'm finally doing it, but not in the dog bowl. So we're on Alex Fitzpatrick this week. Me and Chad, we talk a lot of strategy throughout the week, but it's fun. I really like those contests. I'm actually just going to fire off a bunch of World Cup survivors after the stream probably ends. So
nice. Yeah. The looks like there might be some overlay over there. If you guys are hopping in the World Cup ones, definitely getting the Swolecast one as well. We got a $25 one with 20K up top if we can get that filled. Krutches, any takes on where you like drafting this year in round 1? You like this spot?
Where are we at this draft? Sorry, I didn't see.
111.
Yeah, this is one of the best spots. I think I'm with you guys. Like I watched your ship chasing video. I've been on Genty since he was a mid-second rounder.
I thought you were going to say since he was a child.
What's that?
I thought you were going to say since he was a child.
No, that's Braylon Allen. No, I think it makes sense. It's kind of like top 2 or end of the first round. Realistically, I don't think there's a bad spot, but my least favorite is probably 6 to 8 because I take 0 CMC. It's like my only stance really. And JT doesn't feel great, but I take him probably like 6%. And then I just push up Amon-Ra most of the time. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Lamb, Cook, Barkley, Achan here on the clock.
Genty gone. Okay, let's just take CD. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, we got CD to start. Yeah, and let's get our ducks in a row for this pick here on the turn. Do you do any fancy pulling up, or do you just eat the green here?
No, I'm going to be drafting all summer, so I just eat the green. I have a preference. Like my favorite start back here is probably Genty Saquon. I'm fine. It's like the CD Amon-Ra of 2 years ago minus the correlation, but I'm fine just clicking it like 100 times.
Cook Barkley goes.
Yeah, let's just go Kenneth Walker, I think.
Yeah. I'm with you. That's my favorite. How do you rank these, like personally, this kind of like grouping of guys? How do you have it?
I'll probably go like, if I'm just at the 10 spot, it's probably Genty, Saquon, Cook, but though I don't have to do it in that order. I can take it ADP, and then probably like Kenneth Walker, then Derrick Henry and Chase Brown tier, and then like I have HN last.
Yeah, he's a tricky one. Do you have Hampton over HN?
Hampton was like the lowest. Like I had 0 of him because I was using the way I do it typically is I have ETR uploaded, but I have the sidekick open. So I like to like see a consensus on both ideally, and if not, then I just go with my own takes. And like you'd never see Omarion if you were using ETR because I think he was like 35 for a while. I'm trying to take him because it's like I don't want to be out on the offense, but I'm kind of with you. Like I just take a ton of Lad, I feel like, and Herbert naked or not. It's just like I like the offense, so I don't want to be fully out. And I'm also not taking a ton of Keaton, so it's like I kind of need to take some of them. But I think Kenneth Walker in that offense is just tough to pass on.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hampton price is really tough, I think, based on what happened last year and with just a new variable of how Mike McDaniel's going to want to use him. It's a pretty big leap of faith that he is going to be the bell cow with the other bodies they have.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's like in 20-round drafts, I was talking myself in like last round Brendan Thompson, and like I try to like reason with myself because I'm like, okay, if I'm worried about snaps for QJ and Trey, then it's like Brennan's behind them, but then like McDaniel's jumping up and down about drafting him. So it's like, where do you kind of reconcile all this? But it's just really just give me pieces of the offense and I'm happy.
Yep. All right. So we have started with CeeDee Lamb, Kenneth Walker from the 11. We're drafting with Krutches. Krutches, do you want to address the, situation that the RNG was rigged in favor of So You Think You Can Tout? Do you think this is just, variance swinging back in the non-tout's favor, or do you think the shadowy figures actually change something in the algo?
I think it's swinging back. I think we reached max like mania, and as the contestant pool, shall I say, in So You Think You Can Tout goes down, it's gonna kind of turn back to the natural Bosch favor. Yeah.
I still think it's a big edge to be here, right away for that first one. The numbers generally get bigger as we go, but you've been a first in line. You've stayed in line. You made sure that your vote counted, and it finally paid off today.
The polls stay open late, and I had a good feeling about it. I was making custom Bosch meme replies today. I was like, we're on one today. So although that's Easy's bit, but we co-opted it. So.
Yes. No, I should have known. The signs were there. Then I co-opted the bit, and then it hit. We are back on the clock. Kyron, Neighbors, Higgins, Javonte, Jacobs, Wilson, Igbuka.
Let's go queue up Neighbors real quick, and then go back to by rank. ETN's gone, right? Okay. Yeah, let's just take Neighbors and eat the risk.
Yeah, talk to me about him. I haven't clicked him a lot. I think if I would have had to have guessed, I would have been like, I doubt Krutches is a Neighbors guy, even at this price.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just probably one of the worst spots in the draft outside of the Ramondre Pollard boring range.
Yeah.
It's like, I just don't Kyron's good, but we can wait, and you can always pull up any of the guys in the 40s or Tootin or whatever and feel just as good about it, I feel like. So it's kind of a weird spot. But yeah.
Real quick, Garrett Wilson, Javonte, Jacobs, Igbuka. Who?
Javonte.
Yeah. All right. We'll grab Javonte. So we'll get two Dallas guys. I'm with you. The 1-2 turn is a great spot to pick. I always love it. And then 3-4 feels really sick at times.
Yeah, it kind of depends. I think in my ideal start, if I'm doing mine, right, I'm getting Genty Saquon to start. And then I do kind of what you do. You go receiver there, and it feels pretty good. I think with Neighbors, it's tough because it's obviously a wide range of outcomes. But in this kind of contest where it's open for a while and you could see his value go back up to 15 if he's healthy for training camp or something, then you're getting a guy who late season, you have CeeDee as your anchor, and then you get a guy who can legitimately win you the entire contest late in the season. I don't know. It seems worth it to me. I love Zay, I love McConkey, but they're not in the same tier when he's healthy. So,
yeah, no, the hope is that Zay and Ladd can have a season like Neighbors could if he's healthy. So I get it for sure. This is a fun question from Go AZ Cards. He wants to know what streamer, we could say tout as well, would you like to have a beer with that you haven't already?
Let's see. I've had a beer with Easy. I've had a beer with Emo Cowboy, even though he doesn't like me.
Wait, when did a Easy Krutches meetup happen? Was I aware of this?
No, I was in New York for work, and we hit a bar near my company's office. And then I've met a bunch of people at the Dog Bowl. So it's kind of, let me think. I've met Chad, I've met Emo, who's in the chat. I wouldn't want to have a beer with Liam.
You'd probably enjoy a pint with Karain.
Yeah, Karain. Yeah, I was going to say, I've hung out with SYTYCT. Karain would make sense. Or Shady. I could hear him talk about robots for a while.
I didn't get to watch it, but I did see Shady in the streaming streets now as
Oh,
well.
I think Coach Speak would be a fun one. He seems like a fun guy. We could chat about our Colts and stuff, you know.
Not Indianapolis Colts, Colts CULTS.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, we are drafting with Krutches. We got that 2 running back, 2 wide receiver start, Lamb and Javonte. We got Kenneth Walker and Neighbors and Lamb at wide receiver, Kenneth Walker and Javonte at running back. What do you like to do at this 5-6 turn?
5-6. My brain's slow right now.
You're good.
Usually it kind of depends on the build. I like Christian Watson more than I feel like the ranks say. I don't know. Like the guy's just kind of, I see a lot of stuff on Twitter about like he's only had a 700-yard season, etc. But he's also like he completely balled out as a rookie, had like major injuries, and then comes back and kind of balls out again. So, what pick is this number?
This is 59. So Buck here, Rome price.
I don't like him at all, but it's like at a certain price. I'm just gonna. There's a video of him at camp today too, like running. So I don't know. I think it's one of those that like I don't like it at all. But if like I hate to defer to the Sims, but like if the Sims are still have him at the top of the board on both sites, basically in the late 50s, it's probably a pretty good pick because it feels horrible. And if the Sims like him, they probably have more info than I do. So
yeah, I mean, at a certain price, it becomes worth the risk. It is interesting, like on a team like this, how many of those, injury concerns do you want to stack with Bucky and Neighbors? Let's make this pick at 6-2, and then we'll get to the chat again. By ADP, we're in Rome, Price, both of the rookie wide receivers, Warren, Jaden. Anyone stand out to you here?
Yeah, he's probably going to go here, but yeah, Jordan Tyson was going to be my pick. Click on the receivers real quick. Right,
you got Rome, Tate, Harrison, Washington.
Who's the running backs?
You got Jadarian Price and Chuba.
Let's reach and take Parker Washington here. Why not?
Okay. All right. You can sell me on Parker Washington. I've been a hater at current price. I should also mention on Tyson, are we worried at all about the hamstring thing and him? I've been clicking a shit ton of him here and now getting a little bit spooked of if he's off to a slow start.
I have not seen any camp reports about it. I mean, I've heard like rumblings, but it's early enough in the summer. I'm not going to be worried yet. Like, I feel like my process is actually quite simple. Like, I just listen to a lot of stuff and it kind of like creates a consensus, right? And one of the guys I think is sharpest, even though he's not directly in best ball, is JJ Zachariason, and it's his number one guy. So it's like, I'm not like going to super fade that. And if other Sims agree, I'm going to just play it. Ultimately, we're drafting for upside. Like, if he's hurt, he's hurt. We can get like chaperones later, notably Cooper Kupp in your perfect draft. So it's like, there's other places we can play safe. I don't usually reach on Parker like that. I'm guessing if it was like, if I'm just going off of Sims and stuff, it's probably going to be like a Jadarian Price there. I assume Tootin went higher, but like, it just kind of depends. Like, I think there's outcomes to where like, kind of like Christian Watson, every time he's gotten a chance, he's been like absolutely dominant in a sense. And if you listen to like JJ Zachariason talk about the Michael Wilson Marv stuff, right? I've kind of been out on Michael Wilson because of that. Like, I agree that he looks great and he balls out when he gets a chance, but then you see that like when Marv even plays like 80% of snaps in a game, he has like very mediocre production, and that's on a team that's passing the ball a ton. So yeah, it's crowded, but it's the same thing as the Chargers, right? Just take guys on the team and hope that you're right. Like, we don't know, but what if BTJ gets traded? Boom, then suddenly Parker and Hunter move up multiple rounds, right? So it's kind of just like take one, basically. So
So we got Lamb, Walker, Neighbors, Javonte, Bucky, and Parker Washington here. Go Easy Cards wants to know if you're going to be maxing out the DBQ this week or this year.
Probably not. Like, I always go into the year, like, I forget how much I spend on fantasy each week. And then I go in and it's like a shock to me when I'm just like pulling money out of my fantasy savings, high yield savings account. And I'm just like sending $10,000 a week over to Underdog. So it always is a little bit jarring to start. So I don't know yet. I will say my hope is that I ship this one and done thing, right? Because if I can get between like 100 to 200,000 on that, I can basically free roll like all the stuff I want to do, which my priority this year is actually like top of it is Circa Survivor and all the Survivor formats. I think there's a massive amount of edge in that. And then like second would be dailies. And then third would be best ball. So
real quick, Krutches, we're on the clock. Do you want to stack up Lamb with Dak?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, man, I can't really imagine a DBQ fall without you in the mix there bright and early every Monday morning.
I mean, I'll be in it for sure, but I just, I don't know how much, how much I'll do. Like I said, I bought another house this year, so I'm kind of saving back up from that. But yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Chris was asking, what do you do for work? Do you feel comfortable disclosing that here?
Yeah, I was gonna reply to some of the questions. I basically do sales and account management in the crypto space, like B2B stuff. So probably have no idea if I mention like who it is, and I won't dox that. But yeah, it's basically I did software sales before crypto, and then now I do this.
All right, Krutches, we're back on the clock by ADP, Harvey, Addison, QJ Godwin, Mahomes, Manungai, Michael Wilson.
Let's cue Addison and then take a look. So Kraft went. There's good news on him.
Yep.
Yeah, I still think Addison's a good pick. I mean, I'm not like 100% sure with Juwan there, like who becomes kind of the secondary alpha. I still think Addison. I mean, if you watch like camp videos, he's more fluid like in routes than Justin Jefferson is. It's like actually
he's
amazing.
So good, dude.
It's a different style because obviously Jefferson has like insane body control and all this stuff. But like when you watch like that clip of all of them running like out routes, like he's just floating like when he runs. It's actually insane. And I think that he would really benefit from the actual like, because we know Kyler's not going to be like a traditional pocket passer who like sits in there and throws over a tall offensive line. He's going to run out, probably, send a scramble drill and like have them go deep. And I think he's accurate throwing down the field. We've seen that to like, DeAndre Hopkins and Marv and other guys. So I think like it actually fits just Addison's game pretty well. So I don't know. That's kind of my thesis. I think he's a good pick.
I'm with you there. I guess it's now the pushback on Addison, it seems like in addition to the Juwan thing you mentioned is just, is Kyler's deep ball accuracy going to be able to support what he does well? Because I have no questions about Addison as a talent whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's fine. And if you think about the guys we've taken, like CD is going to be playing every week for us. He should, as long as he's healthy. And then we get like Parker, who I think has a pretty like high floor, like he's going to get minimum, 60% routes or whatever. And then obviously some pretty big spike weeks we've seen. And then we get two guys who are a little more like wild cardy, right? With like massive, like overall wide receiver one on the week upside in, Neighbors when he's healthy every week. And then Addison, obviously I was wrong on him last year, obviously because of the situation, but I put out threads that were like, basically you look at like spike weeks, like he's had more like overall wide receiver 1 weeks than Rashee Rice had, and Rashee Rice was going in like the 20s, right? So like, I'm not saying Rashee's a bad pick. He's very consistent. He has a high floor, but like if you're taking a guy in the 80s who can score 35 fantasy points in a week, like that's pretty good for me. I don't know.
Yeah. Dak Prescott, Kenneth Walker, Javonte Williams, Bucky Irving. We got CD, Malik Neighbors, Parker Washington, Jordan Addison. Before I forget, because I was going to do After Dark tomorrow, and then everyone kept saying no to me because they all wanted to watch the U.S. men's national team play. So we're going to do After Dark tonight. RotoPat is going to be my guest. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. Krutches, we're on the clock. Kyler is here. If you like him, Harold Fannin, Pearsall, a bunch of quarterbacks.
Let's queue up Fannin and then Kyler in that order.
Yep.
Who does the guy on the turn have?
Turn has a 1-3-3-1 with Burrow. He
Okay,
does have Kraft.
I was going to say let's take Kyler probably because he's not going to go Fannin with Kraft and he doesn't have any Vikings, but I wasn't sure in time, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. I think if he goes quarterback, he'd go Love with Kraft, you would think.
Yeah, just depends if he's using Sims. Like Sims will still push Kyler naked above Love stacked.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, this would be, I'm checking here. Yeah, no bye week issues. Dak 14, Kyler 6. Other solver suggestions are Casey, Concepcion, and Golden, but this seems like a good spot for that second quarterback because we don't really have any other stacking outs on this team.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, I'm fine stacking late too. Okay, yeah. He doesn't, so.
You want to lock in Kyler here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it here. We got Kyler and Dak now, each stacked up with Addison and Lamb. We got Neighbors, Parker Washington, Harold Fanning, Kenneth Walker, Javonte Williams, Bucky Irving. Dan is excited for Rotopat tonight. Don't worry, Dan. I will make him howl in your honor here. You got any other fantasy hot takes, best ball hot takes percolating in there? I know you always got some thoughts cooking.
Top of mind, I don't know. I have to look at some stuff. I feel like I'm lower on like Tampa in general.
Okay.
I think Igbuka's fine. Like he showed out as an alpha. He goes in that weird spot where there's guys who are just as talented in better systems, I think. So it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I take Baker when I like need a quarterback, and then you can always backstack him with Otton. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, basically the only fade I have early is CMC, which is obviously it's not an easy fade, but I think it's like if you went back a year, everybody's talking about 482 touches for Saquon, blah, blah, blah. And like he has a down year. He doesn't really get hurt. And obviously there's the Patullo offense, which didn't help. But I think you're getting the same thing. It's like 430 touches or something for CMC for a guy who has historically had soft tissue injuries and stuff like that. And he did have falling efficiency. And then people are like making the argument, well, he still was, running back one despite that. And I'm like, okay, but he also had like every single touch on the team. And they've talked about, dialing that back. And so another year older, 400 plus touches, like, I don't know. It's just give me like Genty in a Clint Kubiak offense. Like I'll take Genty 1.6 if I have to. I don't really care. Yeah. And then even Saquon, like Saquon's still 29, I think. And now he gets hopefully a coordinator that's not genuinely mentally challenged. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm willing to bet on those.
Yeah. What do you, as a Vikings guy, what's your take on the backfield? We saw Aaron Jones go right after we took Kyler. That's such a tricky one there. How are you parsing it?
Yeah, I take a lot of Jones. I think, like I said, I defer to the projection providers a good amount, and both of them like him. And I think it makes sense, especially in best ball, where like historically thought better in best ball is always a spike week thing. But a lot of these guys later rounds, it's like high floor is actually really useful in best ball. And I think he has that. I'm tend to be lower on Mason. He's better on half PPR, but still, I'm just not convinced he's that good. And then I personally want to like Claiborne in that scheme. But I obviously would love to hear more like camp rumblings, and I can take him higher if I need to. So,
yeah. All right. We're about to pick at 11:11. We got Dak and Kyler, Kenneth Walker, Javonte, Bucky, Lamb, Neighbors, Parker Washington, Addison, and Harold Fannin on the clock here. Solver like Shakir pushing up Jennings for the stack, and Dallas Goedert. What do you like?
Let's cue Shakir, and then let's see if there's any running backs that are on the board that are interesting.
Yeah, you're looking at Keaton Mitchell, Woody Marks, Pacheco.
And then wide receivers is just Shakir and Jennings.
Shakir, Diggs, Coker. Yep. Yeah. Omar Cooper's here.
Yeah, the only one I'll kind of disagree with, I guess, with the Sims for the most part is I just think, like, if you draft off the sidekick, you're always going to see Omar Cooper over Coker every single time, 100% frequency. I disagree with that. Like, I take a ton of Omar Cooper, but I just think, like, Chris Brazzell is not going to be taking Omar or Jalen Coker's job. Like, Chris Brazzell is a Tennessee wide receiver, which sure, let's say he's better than the other ones. He's still a Tennessee wide receiver as a rookie on a team with a quarterback who I don't even take Tet, not because I don't like Tet, because I don't think his quarterback can sustain that elite of a receiver. And so to get a receiver who's probably a 1B in an offense where the scheme is probably going to double Tet and open up stuff for other people, I just think it makes a lot of sense at that price. You can still get upside in that offense.
We got quick. Kincaid, Goddard, Jennings by Solver. Diggs is here.
Kincaid.
Okay. I got Kincaid here for us. So we get the Kincaid Shakir duo there, both past ADP at really cheap prices. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a gross part of the range. You kind of just need to hope for a good player to fall in these, I feel like. And there's like absolutely nothing at running back right now. So like C-Rod went early, JCM went early, Mason, Keaton, like all kind of pushed up.
I've actually been thinking about Kincaid a little bit more recently, and Shakir, honestly, right? But like, they don't feel like fun clicks whatsoever, but it's that weird distorted things our brain does because we're mad at them because they flopped as 5th and 6th round picks, and now they're 11th and 12th round picks, which massively changes the equation. So I do see myself really starting to come around on them as like really solid selections.
Yeah, and if you look at our wide receiver room, we have, like I said, CD is kind of the anchor, and then we have a couple like higher risk guys or later season guys in Neighbors, in Addison, and then we have kind of like Parker and Shakir as kind of high floor guys, and I think that's a pretty good structure.
Yeah, for sure.
Another one I kind
go
of
ahead.
agree with the SYTYCT, but just because he's showing up in green here with ETR is, and I think I sent this to Nez in the DMs the other day because I thought of the parallel, but Kenyon Sadiq is like always below every tight end in the 150s on theirs. And my question is, because it's Pat's favorite example, the argument they make for Deshaun Stribling is that, sure, he's not a great prospect, but he's on the 49ers and he went 33rd overall. Great. Okay. Understood. I take him at 160. It's fine. In that case, why are we not drafting the tight end who went like 15th overall in the NFL draft with like an elite RAS score? Like, because he's on a bad team or you don't like his profile? Isn't that like very contradictory to the argument? So,
yeah,
you know, he's going in the 150s and he's the 15th overall pick. Like, it doesn't make a ton of sense to me to take Hunter Henry over him as much as we love New England on the Sims.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm with you, man. Like, I think just blindly buying Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Cooper, and Sadiq, and just trusting that there's probably going to be one or two talent-driven hits out of that, I guess, quartet or whatever. I really think it's almost people more punishing them because they don't want to backstack them with the quarterback than the talent itself. You know, if we knew who the Cleveland quarterback was going to be, I almost wonder if those guys get a little more attractive to people. I guess at least you say with Sadiq, you know who the quarterback is, but yeah, they have the stench on them for sure. All right, on the clock, 2, 3, 5, 2, Hawkinson, Denzel Boston, Naylor.
Show me the running backs.
Yeah, we're looking at Jonah Coleman, Algier, Spears, Sharps.
Let's grab Hawk then in the tight ends.
Yep, done. We get that double stack with Kyler. We get our third tight end there with Fannin, Kincaid, Hawkinson, probably done at tight end there. Running back, wide receivers.
There's a couple wide receivers I like. Let's queue up. What pick is this? Like 160?
Yeah, 158.
Let's queue up Tajay Spears and Algier.
Yep.
And Brian Robinson. And then also I'll say Trey Tucker. This is kind of the range I take these guys.
Yeah.
I know it likes Denzel Boston here. I think Trey Tucker has a chance to be really like solid. I don't know. I think he's shown out a little bit in the NFL, and yeah, I don't know. Who's our running backs? Let's see. What do we need more of?
It's just Kenneth Walker, Javonte, and Bucky. 9 seconds. Tucker, Spears, or Robinson.
Let's take Tajay.
Yep. I think running back probably, it could look pretty gross by the next time we pick running back.
There are guys I like late that the SYTYCT probably disagrees with. But I think the Tennessee thing is interesting. I think, yeah, it's kind of tough. Like JJ talked kind of down on Pollard because of his yards per route run stuff, which I think applies a little more to redraft. I think his high floor is solid here. And then people are like, Sam Sherman was like vague posting about the Titans running backs, which was funny the other day. Like people are drafting 100% of the Titans RB3. And I'm not exactly sure who he was referring to. I'm assuming he was throwing shade at Tajay. But also like as a guy who has a ton of Singleton and pre-draft, like I feel like most of the buzz I hear on like Coach Speak streams and stuff he puts out is around Tajay of all the guys in that backfield. So I'm not really sure why he's this cheap. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just like the stickiness. It's funny because the point I was going to make is kind of debunked by the Jaylen Warren enthusiasm, where it's just like year after year, the same thing keeps happening despite us wanting more.
Yeah.
But I guess, I think that's been the thing with Spears. Like ever since he got drafted, it's like, when's he going to take over, behind the big dog, whatever. But man, he's had some really nice stretches, and I think had some
time in the playoffs last year, I want to say.
Yep. Yeah, nice selection here as our fourth running back. We are going to get the entries rolling for the final draft today. The new and final hashtag is Bish, B-I-S-H. We've had Bosch, we've had Besh, and now it's the Bish, B-I-S-H. Drop it in the chat. We will spin once more after Krutches and I make these next couple of picks. We got a 2-4-5-3 going. The queue is cleared. We're sitting pretty at quarterback and tight end.
Do we have any quarterback stacks left or no?
Let's see here. No, we are tapped out on quarterback stacks.
Okay. I think it's fine as a 2-quarterback team as well. What do we have for running backs on the board real quick?
Yeah, running backs, we're looking at Kamara, Kaytron, Ray Davis, Singleton.
Yeah.
Wide receivers,
in,
Ridley, Jeremy.
Let's put in Jeremy and Ridley in the queue and Debo. I don't know. Do you have a preference on them? Like, I assume Debo will rise. I'm taking a lot of the most owned player I have in drafts is Jeremy.
Okay. So. Shit. I did Jeremy. I was parsing Jeremy versus Debo at the last second there. I went with Jeremy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think I looked at my exposures the other day through like all the, I think I'm through like a total of 154 teams. And everyone is under 30% except for Jeremy, who's at 38. So he's really high. But I was also drafting him a lot when he was cheaper too. So
yes. All right. Hashtag Bish, guys, not Bush. Although we could do Bush next week. Hashtag Bish if you want to draft here. Krutches and
sorry,
no.
What's the what pick is this?
This is pick 182.
Do you see validity in going Antonio Williams or Ridley here more?
What do you think? Lamb neighbors. I mean, the neighbors stuff.
Ridley makes sense. I think Ridley makes sense. And I've been trying to take more Antonio, but I usually only take him in the stacks because I still think there's risk to them bringing in a wide receiver.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, there's some of these wide receivers back here that I don't have high confidence in. I mean, Pat and I were talking about it yesterday with Trey Harris, where it's like, I never really take him as a one-off and kind of just do it with Herbert. Antonio Williams, I guess I've kind of been like that too, because once they get priced up, right? Like, there's a difference between, the Brazel price and the Antonio Williams. And I do kind of just prefer it in the stack there.
Yeah. I mean, I have zero like feelings on Ridley. It's just like he's going to be playing. So that works at this price. Who knows? And he was hurt last year a little. So who knows?
All right. Seriously? I mean, I'll shut down the stream after I draft with Krutches. Nobody wants to draft again? All right, hashtag Bish. Last call here. We'll let a few minutes to trickle in. Your odds are good if you want to get into this final draft, or I'll just draft again with Krutches. I'm not saying you got to put the hashtag in, guys. Wait, did I see it? It's Bish.
I don't see any in the chat if I'm looking at it right.
There's one. There's one. People, are they like blocking it? I don't see any that came up in my StreamYard hopper. Do I need to do?
Maybe it's a profanity filter, Pete. Also, are we on the clock?
No, we have a little ways to go here.
Yeah, it's got to be blocked, Pete.
Okay, let's do a different hashtag if it's blocked. I was like, what is going on here?
He's rigging it for me.
You get a guest suggestion. What should it be, Krutches, for the new hashtag?
Let's go USA for the inaugural kickoff here.
Okay, there you go. Let's get patriotic here. USA. I dare you to block that, YouTube.
No Canadians can even enter this. They're just going to get geo-blocked when they try to put in a hashtag. Sorry, John.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to look up if I missed anything on what Bish might mean in slang, and I can't even find anything. So I don't know.
It's just the like slightly mispronounced bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't want anyone calling each other bishes. Okay. Got it. USA. I was really starting to be like, wow, people are really done with this show concept. Now to see everyone's like, all right, I've seen enough, but we're back. We have 21 of you here. All right, Krutches, let's land this plane. 2-4-7-3. What position do you want to look at?
I'm praying for my guy to come back here. And I actually bet on him coming back. Pete, I got a quick stream. It was Kaytron. What other running backs are there? I'm gonna.
Yeah, Kamara,
Braylon. Let's take Braylon.
All right.
I was just gonna say,
the latest on him? 280 pounds.
Yeah, he's getting bigger by the day. He's so young that he still has his growth spurt in him, apparently. You know, he's got his whole life ahead of him.
He just did the freshman 15, right?
Yeah, he's going to be 300 pounds running a 4.2 by next year.
What position do you want to look at here for the 18th round pick? We just added our 5th running back. We're pretty balanced.
5 running backs, and who are the receivers on the board? Anything? So we have Minnesota, so there's no stack there. Dallas, no stack. I mean, this is 18. I get doing Cup so we can queue him. But if we try to get more interesting, let's scroll slowly and see. I think Tyquan's a good pick, by the way. Like if you have only if you have Mahomes, but I don't get why he's not being taken. Yeah, I think that's about it at receiver. Otherwise, I could look at another running back if there's anything interesting there.
Are you doing like, you got the Lloyd, you got the San Francisco backs. Halani has now kind of become a popular click. There's Claiborne if you wanted to do something
let's do the Claiborne for the culture. Come on. We got to do it.
I was going to say, I kind of like that on a Kyler team.
Yeah, a little receiving back thing. Bet on the Aaron Jones injuries, and then worst case, you get like a 2-down, receiving back or whatever, 3rd down back.
Yep. All right, there she is. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin now, and then while our next winner gets all prepared, Krutches and I will recap this team here. Good luck to us. Good luck to America. Good luck to you guys hanging out in the Bash, the Bish, the Bosh, the USA chat today. Who's it going to be? Oh, my God. Wow. Curt fucking Rambus at the buzzer. You know what's nice about this? I told Curt, I was like, I want to have you on a show. This was when he got bounced. And now I don't even have to book another show, Krutches. It's like, that's already, we're good to go.
It's a nice balance. You get a couple randoms on, one tout, former tout. So
that's right. All right. Rambus, I would say DM me, but I feel like you probably don't even know how to do that. So I will send this to you myself. I am going to DM this to your Twitter.
He's asking for email in the chat, Pete.
He's asking for email. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Give me 1 sec, Krutches, to fucking pull up this email, and then I will get him here. Yeah, any other final thoughts on Claiborne? Him and Kaytron, right? Like those are the 2 really interesting ones where you could see a guy carve out a role without injury.
Like I take JCM, but I just don't understand. And other people have made this case, so it's not just like me being unique, but the guy had some breakaway runs that were perfectly blocked up, and he didn't have to break any tackles on, and was not going to be playing because he was behind Chris Rodriguez firmly. And he has no draft capital attached to him, like a James Robinson or Pacheco, guys like that. And he didn't have nearly the season they did. And they bring in a running back who has a 2-down profile, but he's one of the best 2-down profiles in college football. Doesn't really make sense to me. I think it's closer to 50-50 that Kaytron is the kind of 2-down back there. Not to mention we're completely ignoring Jerome Ford and Jeremy McNichols, which I do think, we shouldn't be drafting, but they might not be zeros either. So I'm not taking any Rachaad White. I'm over that.
You hear that, Jacob?
Yeah. I get the high floor thing, and I think, like I said, floor is valuable in this, but I think a ceiling is so limited that I'm not interested in it. Also, if we're breaking ties, we're going to get rushing production in the red zone from Jaden as well. So, you're already capping your running back upside a little bit, and it's I don't know. I'd probably rather take Tajay Spears straight up over Rachaad White, even if Tajay was going in the same price. So, yeah, that's kind of my take there. I think Kaytron is just the cost-adjusted best bet on a backfield that's completely ambiguous in my opinion. And anyone who claims to know how it's going to shake out is completely wrong. So,
yep. Yeah. And just getting access to the Commanders offense that's going to bounce back at those prices is pretty attractive. All right. Yeah. Final recap here, Krutches, and then we'll bring on Mr. Rambus. We got Dak and Kyler at quarterback, a 2-6-7-3 build here. Kenneth Walker, Javonte, Bucky, Spears, Braylon Allen, and Claiborne. Our wide receivers, Lamb, Neighbors, Parker Washington, Addison, Shakir, Jeremy, and Calvin Ridley. And 3 tight ends, Fannin, Kincaid, Hawkinson. Final thoughts?
Solid to me.
All right, man. Good catching up with you. Glad that the RNG gods shone in your favor today, and we will we'll catch you around the Deposit Kingdom.
All right, see you, Pete.
Peace, man. All right, here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. You know him from So You Think You Can Tout. You know him as the fantasy bug ass is on TikTok. It's Curt Rambus. What's up, brother?
What up, Pete? Yeah, we had a rain day at work today. So, yeah, just Iowa and Wisconsin are getting hammered by storms right now. So I'm off and, we grabbed some Miller Lights. Haven't got the Chromebook fully functional yet, though. I took it out of the box yesterday, though, so we made a step. But the screen's real small on my phone right now. Just looking at the board, this could be an issue. Just giving you a pre-warning.
I sent Curt Rambus $200 to buy a Chromebook for quite literally a moment like this. And you're on your phone right now. How hard can it be to set up a Chromebook, Mr. Rambus?
Sometimes times are tough, and it's a struggle occasionally, and you never know. But yeah, it's charged all the way now. But like, I'm worried about mic issues. What if I don't have the correct mic input? What if I don't have an output? What if it's not perfect? So now we're just doing it on the phone. And I've got some like StreamYardStudio.com link at the top. So this is looking real tiny, but we're going to make it work. Okay. Shipperlytics.
I will say this. Your audio sounds great. We can see you. I will just do a really good job of telling you the picks on the board so you know who's available. And we'll
okay. Well, we're fine round one. Just click the Genty button and we'll go from there.
What do you want to draft? You want to do a BBM?
Whatever you want to do, Pete. Mix it up. We could do a big dog, whatever.
This dude, I've already sent him $200 and now he's trying to get me for a big dog here. My goodness. All right, let's go. BBM here with Mr. Curt Rambus. So it rains and what? There's just no bugs when it rains or what?
Well, it's tough to spray the outside of a house or a lawn when it's downpouring and shit. So, they just give us the day off.
Nice, dude. So how else have you been spending your rain day?
Well, it started raining like an hour and a half ago. So we were at the shop just fixing some shit and stuff and, doing what we do. And then I went to Quick Trip and got some brews and I clicked hashtag whatever the fuck it was. And, here we are.
Real quick, the BBM was slow filling and then the chat was yelling for Eliminator. I want you to pick what you want to draft. Would you do?
Oh, no, we can do Eliminator. That's my specialty anyways. Yeah,
right,
it's just tougher with the screen real small, but no, I'll figure it out.
All right, no, let's do it. All right, we're pivoting to Eliminator, folks. Waiting for 10 here, pivoting to Eliminator here with Rambus. Is that going to be your contest this year?
Oh, yeah. I got like 34 of them done already. I'll max it easily. I hope I win. That'd be fun.
Do you how much do you change your strategy from BBMs to Eliminator?
I just worry about the bye weeks a lot more. That's kind of the main thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So as we get this filled here, what's life been like? Obviously we lost you on the show after the last episode, but you have been making TikToks, you've been streaming, endearing yourself to more fans. Have you enjoyed all of this experience?
It's a good time, Pete. It's just fun. Streaming is so fun. And like you just meet a bunch of new people and draft shippers and then you don't even have to pay them for it because they're like, yeah, no, it's for your time. And I'm like, that's fun. Okay, let's go. So it's all a good time. It's my first time on the Bash too. I've been trying for 2 years occasionally. So it's cool that I made it on here.
You've been trying to get on this show for more than just this year?
Yeah, last year I clicked join the Bash like probably 10 times. I just never got picked.
Really?
So
wow.
Yeah, this could have been a last year thing. Who would have known?
Part of me is like, I would have loved to met you last year. The other part of me loves that when I got your submission for So You Think You Can Tout, I knew nothing about you at all. And I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? We do have the 101. Jameer Gibbs, Bijan, you do something else here? What do you like?
No, we click Genty.
Genty at 101?
You fucking A right, we do.
So I will say this. One, I think that's crazy, but at least with Genty, you have the week 13 bye. Is that part of it, or is it just Genty go burr? I don't care about anything.
It's Eliminator. He go burr everywhere. You know. That's how we roll.
We were gonna have to dare you to do that. You didn't have. There was no daring needed. This man sprinted to the.
See, in BBM it'd be different because in BBM, who knows who's going to blow up weeks 15, 16, 17? You know who's dominating weeks 1 through ever? Genty. He's a stud. He's giving us at least 20 a game. Are you shitting me? Come on, Pete. We know better.
Wait, what is that? What is that range of games week 1 through what?
17. All of them. Don't fucking matter. He's going burr.
What is your across your entire portfolio right now? BBMs, puppies, Eliminator. What percentage Ashton Genty do you have?
35.
How do you not have more than 35? You can get him at basically every pick.
Yeah, but sometimes, I get the 12 hole and I don't get them. And then there's when I'm not an Eliminator, I'm not always doing that. I'm going to actually get a variety because if it's any structure where it's all playoffs or all that matter, what if Genty only gets 20 and we got Kyle Pitts going for 41 or some running back that goes for a 40 burger? You got to vary your exposures a little bit when it's that heavy in the playoffs. But an Eliminator, you just got to keep it going. And he's going to be my tried and true all year to coast me to victory. So cheers.
I'm worried about your mental and physical well-being if Ashton Genty were to get hurt. Have you thought through these scenarios yet?
Yes, and that's why I take Brock Bowers every time I don't get Genty. So, Brock Bowers is easily available in the second round whenever I want. He has been this entire time, and I will continue to keep clicking Brock Bowers.
So you think if Genty gets hurt, Brock Bowers is going to carry the ball 20 times a game for them?
Well, I take Bowers on my non-Genty teams unless it's BBM or something similar. So I just have different running backs on those teams. So, I get my variety, but I like to have my different varieties of Genty as well. So there's that.
I love it. I love it. You're talking about Genty like he's a weed strain. It's what are the different varietals with Ashton Genty? All right, let's see here. We are with Curt Rambus. We are drafting an Eliminator team. No one will be shocked to know that we took Ashton Genty 101. There's a lot of people out there debating Gibbs versus Bijan. Ashton Genty just went Leroy motherfucking Jenkins on Ashton Genty here. We're about to be at the 2-3 turn. I'll tell you what we're looking at ADP wise. Jeremiah Love, George Pickens, Nico Collins, Jacobs, AJ Brown. What do you think?
Let's take AJB for one of them.
Yep.
AJ and Nico would be nice.
Yeah, no overlapping bye weeks there. 8 and 11. Genty's 13. We're gonna do Brown first. Do you like this too here, Brown and Nico?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, not many people get Genty combos of Brown and Nico, except us.
It's true. I cannot disagree with that. So would you say this is a nice varietal that we got with your Genty?
Oh, yeah. I don't even think I've got this one yet because I rarely ever get the 101 to take Genty. So, yeah, this is a new combo for my portfolio. Beautiful.
What did the tech team say, and specifically the tech team's wife, when you said, hey, I might have stumbled into a new Chromebook, might not need to be coming over quite as much?
You think I told the tech team about that Chromebook? Hell no. I'm trying to have
your options open.
Yeah, damn right I do. He's got a nice setup there. I sprayed his house for bugs from the outside too for 3 free streams from his house. So I don't even got to pay him for 3 times. So that's perfect.
I thought you said you were bartering with him with beers, but it's also
well, that was before, and now I just realized I could use my occupation to take advantage of it on the side. So yeah. Why not?
How much does that offer extend? If there are people who live within the vicinity of you, will you exchange, bug services for free entries into various contests?
Do you think people in Wisconsin do this that much that are around me? No.
What else do you guys have to do up there?
Drink and cheer on the Pack Attack and the Badgers in all sports, and we win natties in women's volleyball. Yippee.
Have you been to the Wisconsin Dells? Do you have any thoughts on that location?
I've gone about every summer. Yeah, it's respectable. Just be careful at the hotels. There's a lot of inward and outward traffic. You got to watch out for bed bugs. Pull out that fitted sheet if you see any little poop stains or little things crawling. You might want to second guess that selection. So there's that.
I will tell you, if I saw a poop stain at my hotel, I would very much be second guessing the decision that I made to stay
Yeah,
there.
they don't look like smeared poop stains, though. They're like little black dots that are like a little tiny smeared, and they almost look like blood. They're like reddish because it is kind of blood because they're sucking away at you. Yeah, always check your mattresses at hotels, people. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter if it's a freaking Marriott. Check the damn bed before you sleep in it. You're welcome.
Mark wants to know if drinking and bug spray is a dicey long-term combo. Are you mixing those up too much?
Yeah, don't be a pussy. My off-the-job ones? Yeah, of course. That's half of what they're paying me for is to have a good time with them. They're my buddies if I'm doing it off the table. You didn't hear that, Pest Badger. Anyway, continue.
What's your number for amount of beers you can have without a brutal hangover? Like, how far do you push it?
What's a hangover?
Curt Rambus has never had a hangover.
That means, if you're ripping like multiple shots, but off brews, no, there's no hangover. Might feel a little weird in the morning, but I don't know if that's a hangover. Hangover, you think like pounding head, like unable to function, and that's only if you stay up all night and you're an idiot. And
what does feeling weird in the morning mean to you after a night of drinking?
You gotta like shit like immediately, and it's like a lengthy one, and it's kind of wet. I don't know. That's kind of gross, but you asked. What do we got coming up on the board here, Pete? Are we in the tootin' range yet?
Good question. We are in the tootin' range here. We're going to be at the 4-5 turn. Running backs are available here. Tootin is here with a week 7 bye. There's Judkins week 11, Trevion week 11, Evans, Waddle here as well. What do you think? Toot?
Toot for sure.
Yep. We'll put him in the queue here.
I can't see the rest of it.
Yeah,
I need a replay. So, what do we got at tight end? Is Loveland available?
He is. Yeah, Loveland at bye week 10.
Go Loveland all day, Loveland. I'm doing this with like blind right now, but it's okay. I've drafted enough where it's working.
Hey, I'm here to answer any questions. I'll do my best to read the board. We have Genty and Tootin by week 13 and 7 there. At wide receiver, AJ Brown and Nico, 11 and 8 respectively. And then we grab Colston Loveland, pick 49. I think Loveland goes a little later in Eliminator because people like doing 3 tight end teams, but you say, let's just go get the league winner right here. It doesn't matter.
Shipperlytics, bitch.
Are you keeping up with Cupsy on his?
I've been talking to him in France. I'm telling him to get back. I'm like, buddy, we got to do episode 2 of Shipperlytics soon. Like, we need to get that popping. Yeah, he's been messaging me and whatnot. He's having a good time with the hiking. I think he's about ready to be back, though. I think he misses his bud, and we need to, get it together and get a couple more episodes popping a Shipperlytics. So there's that.
Wow. So you guys, 1 duo week, 1 week of collaboration, and it sounds like you made a lifelong friend.
You're damn right we did. That's why this show's so awesome, Pete. It's part of it, man. You make friends. I talk to Doozle every day still, too. I like Doozle, even though regardless of what's going on in this tout Discord, which, holy shit, has this ever got toxic? This is like a 3-day epidemic. Like, calm down, guys. Like, seriously, we're all buds here. No reason to get pissed. I mean, it has been unbelievable in that Discord. I haven't even clicked on it in a day just out of fear.
Well, I'll say, no, you're right. It's definitely gotten toxic in there at times. I would say, though, you've stayed above the fray. You're able to come in there. You're able to make some jokes. You've rubbed some people the wrong way along the way. But at this point, I feel like your likability index is as high as it could be.
Yeah, I could always fuck it up, though. You never know.
How you thinking about a heel turn here?
You never know. Who knows?
You never know.
We'll see what happens.
Right. Well, I will say, I mean, I've told you a lot of this. I told you some of this stuff privately. I've said some of it on the show, but I am just over the moon that you are still out here. You are undeterred. You weren't going to let the show ending be the end point for you. And you're building fans. You're building an audience. Everything that you would have hoped to have got out of the show, I feel like you're getting it in just a different, slightly roundabout way.
You know what, buddy? I'm a free agent right now. Whoever wants to pay me, throw me a number. We'll see what happens. The tower, I was on there on Tuesday or whatever it was. Tower's thinking about it.
What would be your going rate if someone said, all right, Rambus, I want you to do 2 1.5 hours of streams a week for me. That's 3 hours. What's that going to cost somebody around here?
I don't know, Pete. Throw me a number and I'll tell you if it's accurate or not.
No, I want you to throw me the number. You're the one asking.
No,
for
I
the
want you
towel.
to actually make an offer. That's what I'm hinting at right now. It's- maybe you just throw me an offer right now and done deal, and you lock me up. Maybe I've had offers already, and maybe I'm trying to see what you got.
Well, I'm worried that you would snap accept for free, so I have to be careful.
I don't do nothing for free, buddy.
I bet you would. I bet you would. All right, we're about to be on the clock here at the 6-7 turn. We have Genty, Tootin, Brown, Nico, Loveland. By ADP, you got Chuba, Marvin Harrison. You could stack up AJ Brown with Drake May. Caleb's here, Tyson, Rico. Do you like doing the Drake May, AJ Brown stack and Eliminator?
Yes, very much so. Yeah, Drake May is going to be one of them. Who do we have at running back? Can you click on the running back button and then give me a runaround?
Yeah. It's Chuba and Rico, RJ Harvey, Manungai. Chuba could be decent on this. If you don't mind
Chuba doesn't match buys either, does he?
No, he's an early, but doesn't overlap with Genty or Tootin.
If he doesn't overlap, take Chuba, unless Jalen Warren's out there.
Jalen Warren went. Yeah,
all right, then take Chuba.
I believe so.
He is starting at the beginning of the year. You know, he's not getting overtaken. There's all this hype about what's his nuts, the backup who's played 8 snaps.
Jonathan with an O, Brooks, yes.
Yeah, Jonathan Brooks. Yeah, I don't know about him. I am coming around to BTJ, though. I have way too much Parker Washington, and I keep seeing all these tapes on X of BTJ actually looking good. And I'm thinking maybe he was just hurt last year. Parker Washington's good as well, but I don't want a 35% bag of P-Wash if BTJ's out there being good. You know, what this guy did, there was a reason he got drafted year 2 in the first round. He was good as a rookie. So, you know, this is something to monitor and to not get too crazy on my P-Wash exposure. So there's that.
Couldn't agree more, brother. Couldn't agree more. What is your, where do you get all of your fantasy news from? Are you on Twitter all day? Do you go to Rotoworld? What's your diet for news consumption?
I don't know what Rotoworld is, but yeah, no, I've gone on Twitter since you suggested me to make.
Bullshit.
I don't know.
You've never heard the site.
I've heard of Roto Grinders, but Rotoworld? No, I've never heard of it.
Did you watch the episode that you got voted off from?
Yeah, that's ETR. That's established the run. That's different, isn't it? Or is it the same?
But Adam and Evan met working at Rotoworld, a site where they blurbed fantasy blurbs that everyone uses to source news. And at the top of the episode, they talked about meeting at Rotoworld. So the fact that you had never heard of Rotoworld, despite them literally talking about it in the episode you were on, boggles the mind, Curt.
Well, usually I just scroll forward to where I'm on because I get bored by everyone else. So, you know, maybe that happens. Who knows?
So is every other person in the contest there, everybody's boring to you?
No, Cupsy's fine. Cupsy's entertaining. I like Cups. PPR Tyler, I can make it through 10 to 15 minutes of. So there's that. So he's getting there. But, you know, if there's ever a bring back on the show.
We're here with our beer. Bring back, or so you think you can tout bring back?
You know what I'm talking about, Pete. You know I still want to win this thing. I don't give a shit if I'm eliminated. Bring me back. It's time. We need to have a fan vote.
I keep trying to, like a fucking spider. I keep just trying to spray you, and your little legs just keep moving around, and I just try to get rid of them, and that spider just won't go away.
I'm hard to distinguish. I'll give you that.
Extinguish or distinguish?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably both.
You're pretty easy to distinguish, Rambus. You are a unicorn in that way.
Me. Yeah, there we go.
What is I haven't really heard you talk about your fiance since seeing her in the submission video. What does she make of everything that's transpired the past month or so?
She said, "You better make some fucking money out of this." I'm like, we're trying. We're doing our best. She's like, "You spend all this time going to the tech team's house and all this shit. This is bullshit." She's like, and she's trying to get the Chromebook set up more than I am. She wants me streaming from home. So she's been dialed in on the Chromebook setup, which
how dialed in are you guys? How many Rambus family members does it take to start a Chromebook? You guys are working around the clock.
There's all these things. I have a comfort zone right now, which is not the Chromebook, and then I'm trying to think of semantics on where I'm going to do it, and You know, there's a lot of work that goes into this. I did the first step though. The first day is that you sent the 200. I ordered it. Did it sit in the box for 4 days on the kitchen table after that once it landed? Yes. But it is now migrated from out of the box to on the charger to in the hopper, where I probably got to make a better mic purchase before I even trust it. I don't know. We'll have to test some things. We'll figure it out. It's going to be okay.
All right. I'm just picturing like you and the tech team.
I'm
and
picturing us on the clock and me not having a fucking clue what's going on. Pete, take over if you have to.
Do you want Aaron Jones? You want Kyler Murray? Kenneth Gainwell is here.
No, Aaron Jones. I don't. Pete, start clicking some buttons just so we got options. Click something. Figure it out.
I'm giving you Aaron. I'm gonna give you Kenneth Gainwell. Then you want Kenneth Gainwell?
Not really. What about a tight end?
Well, we just took Loveland. You want your second tight end already, or you want to get a wide receiver?
Yeah, I do that. I fuck around and find out like that. What about quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Kyler Murray.
Take Patrick Mahomes. Take Mahomes. Unstacked. Fuck it.
We got it.
Dude, I have no idea what's going on right now. It's so small on this phone right now. This is the worst idea. We're just going to have to wing it, dude. I need you to help carry the load here.
Ray, I don't know what to tell you, brother. I fucking sent you a Chromebook for a moment like this. You said you had the tech team, your wife.
I know. I didn't plan it as well as I thought. I thought the screen would be bigger. It's not that big. It's very tiny.
You thought the screen on the Chromebook or on your phone would be bigger?
On my phone. I didn't realize when I joined the bash to be like a minuscule. It's smaller than the ant. I need you. I got to have you on the assist. It's okay. Let's stop being angry. How about that? We're just sounding like the fucking tout Discord chat. Let's stop.
All right.
We're a team here, bud.
Rambus, can we do some deep breaths together?
Sounds like you need to breathe. I'm breathing bruise.
Yeah, man. I wish I was joining you. I just got I got some seltzers going on right now.
It's 12:53.
12:53 beers. That's would that have been, are you only doing that because you hopped on stream, or would you be drinking those beers regularly right now?
Once I have a day off at like 11, yeah, I'm going right to the brews. We're just, yeah, it's a thing. I might pass out by like. No. Oh shit. I clicked off X now.
Oh God. Well, we appear to have lost Rambus for a second. Look at this
on the
screen
phone.
grab phone.
Okay, I think I'm back. Let me alter the phone. Yeah. We're back. We're back. Yeah, no, I misclicked. I accidentally, my hand like shook a little and I hit the back button accidentally on the phone, and then you disappeared and everything went, it was not great. But no, normally, if I have a rain day and it's noon, when I know I don't have any obligations in the afternoon, you fucking ain't right, I'm getting a 12er. We're just planning on drafting shippers all day. I'm going to be ripping eliminators after this too. So we're going to be okay.
Do you draft better tipsy than sober, would you say?
I rarely ever draft sober in one way or another.
Okay.
That was a reefer reference, not any hard stuff. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Well, let's get on the same page for this pick. We have, I'll tell you the team right now. We have 2-4-2-1. So we have Drake May and Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, 11 and 5 buys.
Solid.
We have Genty, Tootin, Chuba, Gainwell at running back, 13, 7, 5, 10 for the buys.
Really good.
Only 2 wide receivers.
Good. It's time to get on that wide receiver train.
Yes, it sure is. So options here by ADP: Golden, Dobbs, Shakir, Casey Concepcion, Higgins, Diggs, Coker.
Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we looking at tight end? What if Tucker Kraft's available?
Tucker Kraft was gone about 4 rounds ago, Kurt.
Okay. All right. My bad. I can't see.
Looking at Jake Ferguson. You could do Kelsey with Mahomes if you like that.
Yeah. Let's go 1 wide receiver and 1 tight end. If we can get Kelsey and the other guy said, then we're vibing again.
Diggs, we're on the clock. We can get both Diggs and Kelsey. Yeah. You want to do that?
Diggs and Kelsey's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Vibing.
Yeah. The only other thing would be if you wanted to go double wide receiver here, just because we only have 2, we only have 3 here. You got Golden, Shakir, Concepcion.
Nah. Like, what are they really doing for the team? Shakir. Golden
Oh,
sucked
all right,
last year.
You want Kelsey?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, here we go. Colson, all right, here's the shipper. Drake, May, and Mahomes, Genty, Tootin, Chuba, Gainwell, AJ Brown, Nico Collins, Diggs, Colson, Loveland, Travis Kelsey. Are we shipping?
We're shipping big time. We're just gonna really make it up at wide receiver from here on out. We're gonna need to add some bodies. I'm thinking about 7. It would be good.
All right, I'll say this. If we win the Eliminator with this team, I'm going to call someone from the Geek Squad at Best Buy to come over and set up that Chromebook for you.
Have it set up in like the next day. Now that you're pressuring me and giving me a little heat about it, it's getting set up real soon.
You should feel the heat, buddy. Actually, Rambus, you know this is great content. Film you, your wife, and the tech team trying to set up the Chromebook.
That's like 6 people. So
that's why
the tech team is bigger than you know. There's other aspects to the tech team. It's not just one guy. Not just one guy. We've got our guy who makes the AI animated stuff of PPR Tyler and like Emo Cowboy and PPR with Fat Amy and etc. That he does that job. And then he also like says he's gonna give me some ball takes, but provides about nothing in that aspect. So that does nothing, but he's my best bud. So it's like, he just wants to feel involved, and we're going to let him do that. Then we got the real tech team who has the house, and then we have my children who want to be a part of it. The tech team, it can branch out into different trees and branches. There's that.
I got you. What are your kids? One of your kids made an appearance in one of your shorts, right? He's the hooper. What does he think of all of this? Does he know that dad is going
He does not give a shit.
No.
Yeah, he does not give a shit at all. I'm like, hey, you made the video when we did our introduction or audition video, and he's like, yay.
Dude, that was your son filming that, right?
Yeah, that was my oldest. Yeah.
Dude, that was one of the whole video was gold, but him at the end being like, oh shit, that's 90 seconds, and turning it off was one of the funniest parts of the video. So
yeah, no, it was good. No, he's an awesome kid. Seriously, he's my height too. He's 6'2" and he's 14. He's tall.
Crazy, dude. It's crazy. I want to see more Rambus basketball content. I want to see this jumper of yours, because did you see the other touts were showing their jumpers? Mitchell was, PPR was.
No, but I will work them over so hard. PPR confessed he's not 6'1" on Toxic Tower when I was with him on Tuesday. He told me when I challenged him to a one-on-one game that he was 6'1". He's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, you looked like a little bit of a hobbit, so that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, there need to be some tippy toes there for him.
Yeah.
All right, 2-4-3-2. Are we? What position you want to look at? Should we do some?
How bad is quarterback for a third? I am curious about that. One that doesn't have the same bye.
So yeah, 11 and 5. So Bryce Young also has 5. Daniel Jones is here 13. Aaron Rodgers here 9. Geno 13. You like your guy Fernando Mendoza 13?
Yeah, but maybe we can get him to come back, so we don't have to touch him yet. But what's wide receiver looking?
Yeah, we need wide receivers. Shaheed 11, Jalen McMillan 12. Shaheed goes. McMillan 10, Juwan Jennings 6, Trey Tucker 13, Naylor 13, Hunter 7.
The guy at the top, click him.
Jalen McMillan.
Yeah, take him.
Okay.
And then where's Ryan Flournoy? Where's Ryan Flournoy on the board? How far down are we? Yeah, if he's not that far down where it's egregious, I want Flournoy.
Yeah, both him and Fernando Mendoza around the same pick. They're probably both going to be gone by the time we pick next, so it's whatever.
All right. Yeah, just take Flournoy. We can roll with 2 QBs. We'll be all right. Our 2 QBs are good.
Here's the wide receiver room. AJ Brown, Nico, Diggs, Jalen McMillan, Flournoy. You referred to Jalen McMillan as that top guy. That didn't seem to ooze conviction to me.
Well, do you really feel conviction with Jalen McMillan? I don't.
No,
but it feels
I don't
better.
take him.
I don't take him much either, but, Ibuka had a bunch of drops for about a 4-week stretch last year. They lost Mike Evans. Let's get excited, kind of. He's fine. Wasn't he? He was out of Washington in school. He was good. There's no reason to not think, why not?
I think that the concern is there was some early coach speak that Ted Hurst could be out on the field in 3 wide receiver sets with Igbuka and Godwin, and Jalen McMillan would be pushed out to 4. That would be the concern at these price tags.
You know how coaches hype up their rookies early to make them feel better about themselves. You don't have to take that as gospel.
I feel like sometimes they sandbag their rookies and they're like, they got to earn it. Jadarian Price, you're running with the 3s. You're behind Helani and Emmanuel Wilson. I feel like they make them earn it.
Yeah, is Jadarian Price really that good, though? I've been clicking Helani lately in the 18th, by the way. He's free. And if he's in the Eliminator, if he is the starting running back week 1 and you're getting him at pick 18, you are victory lapping. As your last running back starting, okay, thanks. We'll take him,
Yeah. I wrote about that report in the Fantasy Life newsletter today that, Helani well ahead of Emmanuel Wilson there. He's a great eliminator ass pick because they're not going to trust Price right out of the gate. Sharps is going to be nowhere to be found. You could get 6 to 7 weeks of Helani, 15 touches a game?
And he's free. Now he's getting selected before the 18th, but whatever, it doesn't matter. He's still free. So why is Emmanuel Wilson going 3 rounds ahead of him when this is the guy taking the run with the 1s? That don't make sense.
Rohan in the chat at 157. Rambus, you just influenced Rohan to take this.
Well, you took him way too early. Great pick.
Are you comfortable with this aspect of tout life where being on camera a lot requires you to share your fantasy convictions, but then sometimes you're going to share those and people are going to rip away your targets? Are you willing to give up your EV to become a streamer?
Yeah, because I'm not going to stream every draft. But I have noticed people have been clicking Genty before me a lot since this shit has gone on. And I'm at like 6 and these guys are taking them at 5. All of a sudden the Genty bar, by the way, he is rising up, and it's not just because of me. It's because people are finally getting woke. So there's that.
You know what, Rambus? That's why it's really important to take him first overall so that no one can take Genty from you.
Well, who else? I mean, in the chat, I can't see it right now because I'm on my phone. I don't want to click something wrong. But how many people got a Genty, Nico, and freaking whatever start? AJ Brown. Yeah. Probably not many at all because it's hard to get.
All right, Rambus, we're about to be on the clock. We have a 2-4-5-2. We should probably stay in the wide receiver lane here. Jalen Naylor, Judy, Denzel Boston, Calvin Ridley, Darnell Mooney, Antonio Williams, Trey Harris, A.D. Mitchell. Anybody stand out there?
The second one, I can't remember the name.
Jerry Judy?
Yeah, I've taken him. He looked decent-ish. He is still young, isn't he? Isn't he only like 25?
Hey, guys,
he's got his
let's
whole
make
life
this next
ahead of him.
pick. Do you want to do like Dylan Sampson could be another running back here in 11 if you want to go double Browns?
No, we're good at running back. We're good with 4 at running back. Who we got at tight end for a third?
SYTYCT, Schultz.
How are the buys?
Warner, Helm.
Buys
are fine on SYTYCT, 13. Week 13
I want
buy.
SYTYCT then. Schultz has like no ceiling. All right, good.
This is a jacked up tight end room, dude. You got Loveland by week 10, Kelsey 5, SYTYCT 13. SYTYCT at pick 169. Feels nice.
Yeah. Why not? By jacked up, you mean lit as fuck, right?
Exactly. I mean, we are speaking the same language, just different words to get there.
Yeah,
What kind of thing, if you had to do self-scouting on yourself other than the tech stuff, what do you want to work on? What do you need to get better on to become like a bigger tout, to get a bigger audience? Or what's the self-scouting report on Rambus right now?
I need to stop swearing so much so YouTube quits trying to take me off. So if I can get that dialed in, I think, who knows? The possibilities are endless. But
so it's just your
I just don't want. I don't want any channels getting nuked because of stuff I say. But what do you do?
Yeah, I could see Rambus. I could certainly see in the Rambus arc. The internet loves nothing more. Okay, I was gonna say the internet loves nothing more than building someone up only to tear them down. I could see you having a cancellation arc in your future. You say something cancelable on one of your streams and the people come after you. Are you going to be able to avoid that?
Well, Trump's president, so as long as he stays president, we're going to be okay in that realm, and we'll after that ends, who knows? You never know. I think we'll be okay though. I'm not a racist or anything like that,
No.
and I'm not against the gays. You know, I have gay friends, so
I should have never have started this conversation.
Well, you know, as long as they talk normal and they don't annoy you, they're good people. You know, they have their own life decisions. It's okay.
Well said, Rambus. Well said. We have 3 more picks left. We have a 2-4-6-3 build. Drake May, Patrick Mahomes, Genty Tootin, Hubbard Gainwell. We have AJ Brown, Nico, Stephon Diggs, Jalen McMillan, Ryan Flournoy, and Jerry Jeudy. Then we have Colson Loveland, Travis Kelce, and Kenyon Sadiq. 100. Any more Bash Day? Absolutely not. I am not going to put any of you in the position to try to follow up Curt Rambus on the Bash. We brought him in to back cleanup. He had some strikeouts. He had some grand slams, the full Curt Rambus experience, and we're going out on top today.
Where did I strike out? I don't see any strikeouts besides me clicking off my phone. This team is lit.
I don't know if I could ever look at a wide receiver room of Stephon Diggs, Jalen McMillan, Ryan Flournoy, Jerry Jeudy, and say it's lit, but
well, what about the 2 ahead of them?
Sure. Yeah, every team looks good through 5 rounds, brother. That's why they go in the top 60 picks.
Yeah, you're right.
Pete having a culture shock. Oh, buddy. If you think that I am shocked by this culture, you are sorely mistaken. Here we go. 2-4-6-3. What kind of positions do you think we need to land this? Do you want to get the 3rd quarterback, even if it's not someone?
Yeah, let's take risks up. Let's get a little risks up going. Get a 3rd QB. And then we could click the Jordan James button too if he's there.
All right. So we have 3 more picks. Shadur by week 11. That does match up with Drake May. Any concern there? You good?
Oh, it matches May. Well,
I'm going to do Jordan James first. I'm going to do James first for you.
All right. Who are the other quarterbacks? Is Rodgers there?
Well, you could have both Atlanta and Cleveland is week 11. You could do Kirk Cousins if you think he's going to start for the first 5 to 6 weeks.
No, we're sticking with 2 quarterbacks apparently. It's fine.
Darnell Mooney, Antonio Williams.
Mooney's fine. Mooney's fine. He'll play. And really, in Eliminator, we're just looking for guys to carry the load. But so we got our first 2 complete studs. The rest of these guys, we're just looking for someone to fill in at 12 because our running back room's so good. Tootin's been busting out, 50, 60-yard tutty runs all offseason so far. That price is going up. He's going at 52 or whatever right now. I took him at 40 last night, and I felt great about it. He's going to go around the Montgomery range now. So it's time to get woke, people. It's going to happen. If you want to get him cheaper, take advantage now because these reports out of minicamp or whatever, they are looking prime, and he is moving up.
Can I ask you a question? What are your thoughts on CLV closing line value as it pertains to best ball?
You get it every once in a while, like when you draft super early, but then you also got the shitters in there with the shippers. Like you get a couple of them at really good value, but you're also going to have some mess ups. I'm just taking them. If I like a guy and I feel like this is the right spot, like Montgomery, Tootin, I feel like are equal, and I've taken a ton of Montgomery, but then I saw that Tootin report, and now I'd rather have Tootin. So guess what? That's the new price. It's whatever I decide the price is. So
it's whatever I decide the price is a banger best ball line. I'm gonna give you a content idea, Rambus, that I think would be good content. I think it would be a good way to engage with the fans, and I think it's a way that you could make some money streaming. You want to hear it?
Yeah, making money. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yes. So you have a stream that's called Shitters or Shippers, and people send in a tip, $2-3 super chat for you to review their teams that they've drafted, and you go through it and you tell them whether it's a shitter or a shipper, but they got to pay up to get the Rambus review of the team.
Bet. I'm so in. That could be fun. And me doing team recaps is kind of fun. I don't know if you watched the Tower stream because they made it members only where you had to pay like a 7-day free trial before you cancel it. And, people like I fired out a review of that first team. It was fun. I'm telling you, if you want to spend the $0 and then click cancel before the 7 days is up, it's a good watch. Just saying.
There you go. Take advantage of that cancellation loophole. Check out Rambus. But yeah, I would love to do that. OG Mans fan. I know do you know that? So OG Mans fan, Kurt, he's known me for so long, going back almost a decade now when I started doing this Mans character. He sent me an email the day you were voted out. And he was like, I don't want to blow up his spot, but he was basically distraught. He has come to know and enjoy your content so much. And I told him, do not worry. Rambus is going to continue making content. He's going to be there for us. So you got to shout out OG Mans fan, dude, because
I shout him out every time he's been on. He has my personal number. So, there's that. But, no, he's a real one. OG Mans is good shit.
Okay, final pick here. You want a running back or a wide receiver? Emmett Johnson, Brandon Ayuk, Troy Franklin, Justice Hill, Torrey
We're done at running back. Take or is there any third quarterback option that would make any sense?
No. Do you want Brazel, Rashad Bateman, Kayshon Boutte? Quick.
They all suck. Take someone else. Pick one. Either one. Don't care. They suck. Brazel Dazzle? Fine. Sure.
So
I need assistance in these things.
I'm trying to give you assistance.
I meant make a decision, Pete. You pick one.
Well, I did. I like Brazel, and then you said he sucks. So I was kind of questioning.
Well, he does suck, but it's okay. He is the least competition. So, there's that.
There you go.
It's okay.
All right.
I love you, buddy.
I'm about to read you this team, and you're about to tell us whether it's a shitter or a shipper, brother. You ready?
Okay.
Here it is. Drake May and Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. 5 running backs, Genty, Tootin, Chuba Hubbard, Kenneth Gainwell, and Jordan James. 8 wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Nico, Stephon Diggs, Jalen McMillan, Ryan Flournoy, Jerry Jeudy, Darnell Mooney, and Chris Razzle Dazzle Brazzle. 3 tight ends, Colston motherfucking Loveland. Please don't demonetize this. Travis Kelce and Kenyon Sadiq. How did we do?
This team fucks. That's for sure. This team is a shipper. It's probably going super deep. Me and Pete splitting 200K. Sounds like a good time.
Incredible. You know what? I do want to cut if this ships, but you get 75% of it. I'll just take my 25% cut. The rest goes to you because this was your mastermind. This was your masterpiece. I did not do anything.
Hey, I mean, it feels fitting. You know how much fun this will be during the season when this shipper goes deep? It's going to be awesome.
It is, dude. It is. All right. Let the people know. They want to know where can they find Rambus? Where do they get the content? Where's the next thing coming? Let them know.
The best spot is X. Curt Rambus 6 go to the number 2 on there. I've got a YouTube channel, but I got nuked already. I got the TikTok or whatever, a Fantasy Bug Assassin on there, and I put the N in. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it for that. And yeah. We're just drafting shippers on a regular basis. I'll be doing some streams with people and having a good time.
Incredible, buddy. I'm so glad you won today. I can't believe that you had been trying to get on the Bash as early as last year. That's incredible.
Well, we made it, and I think we made it count.
Looks like Mr. Were you in this draft? He wants to know. Oh yeah, TM Longacre, I believe, right? He wants to know. I'm going to read his team. He wants to get your thing, and I will send you this $5 after. He wants to know Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, CMC, Achane, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Tajay Spears, Braylon Allen,
This is tough because I can't really see it off the top. It's tougher.
I'm trying to read it to you.
I know I suck. Hold on. I'm going to zoom in a little or attempt to. Okay. I zoomed. I got my face way up there.
It's
all right, Jalen. All right. We're about to, but my face is really close. Jalen Hurts. Aren't you worried about Saquon Barkley getting more carries? Jordan Love. Yeah, he's good. Aaron Rodgers should have retired a while ago. Christian McCaffrey getting hurt in week 3. Devin Achane getting hurt in week 4. JCM. Aren't you worried he's not even a starter? Tajay Spears. Have you ever been a starter? Braylon Allen. You're 250 pounds now. That's kind of fat. Isn't that a problem? Devonta Smith, he's wide receiver 1 for Jalen Hurts, but when has that ever paid off? Malik Neighbors, aren't you worried he's still hurt? Christian Watson, aren't you worried he's still hurt again, but not really as much and better? DK Metcalf, aren't you worried he's old now? Chris Godwin, aren't you worried he's hurt? Calvin Ridley, LOL. Zachariah Branch, wide receiver 2 for Atlanta. George Kittle, aren't you worried he's still hurt? What is this? Aren't you worried you're still hurt team? TJ Hawkinson, yeah, okay. Aren't you worried he sucks? Brad Freiermuth, aren't you worried? He kind of sucks too, but not as bad, and he's a late, so that's decent. This team gets a 3 on the Rambus scale.
So, hey, guy, but if we're gonna lean into shitter or shipper, what's your final review?
It's a exclamation point shitter. That team sucks balls.
All right,
Our team is
Victor.
going to crush that team in the pods. Good. I mean, at least you tipped, but geez, that team sucks. Glad I zoomed in.
Incredible. All right, Rambus, I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody. Today we had Dan, who wouldn't howl, but I still enjoyed. We had Krutches, an OG in the Bash space, and of course, the legend himself, Curt Rambus. We'll be back next Thursday at noon. Like I said, special pop-up After Dark show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern with Rotopat, a man who works for a site that Curt Rambus has never heard of, rotoworld.com. We will see you guys next time on the Bash. Go follow Curt.